Trash to Cash podcast, episode number 150 something. How's it
Two.
going? I'm ADH Dave, and with me as always is American Arbitrage. How you doing, Carrie?
I'm doing good. Thank you for
Oh,
asking.
howdy, buddy. How was
Howdy.
your little jaunt to California?
Oh, it's wonderful.
You
got
look
to
like
see
you
all
got
the
some
scenic
sun.
No, like
Kevin's here, too.
no, I
Kevin's
did.
here, too.
No, I didn't. I didn't have AC, so that I just got straight up sun in the
AC
105
Slater?
heat. Yeah, AC Slater is surprisingly not as available as you would think he would
That
be.
is-
Does
I
AC
Tried to
help?
set up AC. Yeah, I had AC kind of going on the way down, and then the alternator went out, and then the car was on the side of the freeway, and then I got it moving. I got a new battery. Then,
Oh.
thankfully, Charlie, shout out Fleecon,
Fleecon.
saved my
Yeah.
butt like
Subscribe.
twice. And his uncle Fermin.
YouTube.
I got it to his uncle's house. I was at the card show the first day. They were like working on it all day. He brought me the car at the card show, let me do my thing, and then
Dude.
on the way home it broke down again because it was a
Is this a
defective
Honda?
alternator. It's a Honda. Well, the alternator was defective, and then we got another. So we just went and replaced it. Got a good one, and it's working fine now. So.
That's probably a
Except for
pretty
all the
easy
things that don't
alternator
work.
swap, right?
So, the Caitlin Clark money is coming in time for me to fix this car or get, I don't need anything crazy. Just like what are the ones that look like giant dumpsters that
That's
are
my
electric?
car, Honda Odyssey. Oh, the
Oh, the
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck. Yeah, that's what I want. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want that. We're just gonna get something for cheap.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you made it home safely.
Yeah,
Fleecon
about
for
it.
the win. Make sure you guys follow him on Dibdit.
Seriously, follow Fleecon
On YouTube.
Dibdit, Instagram, YouTube.
Specifically Dibdit. Only Dibdit.
No, only follow him on comments. I am selling everything I throw up on comments. I don't know what kind of magic witchcraft you got going on over there.
I'm telling you.
And I feel
heard-
terrible talking about it because I don't like
Complaints. I heard complaints
I don't like the
about
general
comments.
vibe of the place.
Yeah.
But gosh, whatever you do to sell stuff, it's magic.
Well, I sold a bunch on Dibdit today, Carrie. Like,
Yeah, I
a bunch.
saw
yeah,
you, like,
I watched that show.
I saw
Some
a
of that stuff I
$1
wanted,
sale, and then I
didn't
saw a
bid.
$1 sale, and then I saw another $1
No.
sale.
He didn't
No,
sell
you just-
anything for $1.
I will
You
say
did,
this,
Ben. I'm
I-
teasing. I'm messing. Dibdit's wonderful.
I will say I didn't.
I'll be
even
there tomorrow,
realize-
or the
I
other
didn't
day,
even
next day.
realize
Thursday.
how
I'll be
how
there.
I'll be there
well
every day, I
those-
think.
I didn't realize how well those Mad magazines hit our niche, like the Dibdit niche, the pop
Mhm.
culture niche.
Yeah.
But then you start going through the covers and you're like, oh yeah, these are all like so perfect. for
Hulk
Dibdit.
Hogan,
Yeah.
Alf,
Yeah, it's like
Rocky.
it's
Garbage
like
Pail
it's
Kids,
like
all of it.
degenerate
Yeah.
pickers. Like
Adult
we have-
children. Adult
I
we
children.
have
bought two.
yeah, we have cornered the
Yeah.
adult children degenerate picker market. Kevin, of course, being the poster boy, and us just his
I
is
threw
just
in
his lackeys, basically.
I threw in a Cookin' Daddy sticker for you, Kev.
Oh, I
thank
thought you were gonna
Dave.
say
Thank
me.
you.
I thought you were sending me a cookie.
Well, you didn't
Daddy.
buy anything, so I
Well,
couldn't
you could
throw
just
anything
send
in
me
for you.
one.
Well, you could
I
just
don't-
move here in a month.
I
and-
am.
Did
I'm
you call? I
trying.
bet you didn't, but maybe tomorrow you should call the numbers I sent Dawn.
Dude, I
There's
didn't
some,
even
like-
know. This is the
listen.
first I heard of a number
Okay,
being
let me
sent
tell
to
you, let me tell
anybody.
you. I was hoping that Dawn would just like take initiative, but she said she wants you to do it. I've been seeing and keeping an eye out for random like for rent signs like
Yes.
sticking out of the ground because I feel like that's
I want
like,
a gator
just-
pit. Is that
that's-
available?
Well, my
I want a
thought was
gator
that's like
pit.
just Joe Renter, not like a big company or corporation. So I feel
Bye.
like you're gonna be able to bring your pets and all that stuff
Yes.
if you call these type of people.
Bye.
So I think
Okay.
you're flexible. What?
Bye.
Buy a house? Yeah, there you go, Carrie. Why not buy a
I
house?
don't know if I can.
Stressful.
I can do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you a loan for the down payment. I'll only charge you 14%.
That's
That
half of
doesn't-
what a credit card charges. Not bad.
Just kidding.
I don't
Payday
even
loans
know.
are even more.
One
don't
more
understand
Caitlin
any of
Clark
that.
card and you got a
Yeah.
down payment.
You're-
One more.
Well, I could, maybe do it, but I want to. What my goal is to. I know this will sound not like a big deal, but I would love to rent a house. That's my
Well,
first step, and
that'd be
then
cool.
once we're there for a couple years, we're doing pretty good. We'll maybe start going to the next step. But if I
Well,
can just have
call
a
those
house
numbers.
with space, it would be amazing, and a guest room so that. When Charlie wants to visit Florida, we can have
Yeah.
him stay at Dave's.
What we
and
could
I'll
do
have
is-
a clear guest room.
It
with
is
no
at
one
the
in it.
beach. I could get my swinger friends together with my wife, and we could get them, and we could get like a small condo, and you guys could rent it from us, and in the summer you got to go to Dave's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to be there
So-
when you're swinging or when you're off season.
Swinging is a requirement for the lease. Sorry. No, Carrie, listen. Call those numbers tomorrow and just
Okay.
feel them out. Be like, yo, tell me about the property. You know, we can move in late October. We've got the down payment. All
I should
that
act
stuff.
like I'm somebody famous from.
Just try to lock it in.
Oh, I
And
should act
listen.
like I'm a Pin, the one that doesn't talk
Yeah.
from Pin and Teller.
I like that. If
And
they
then they'll just
seem
be like-
That's what I'm
amenable-
going to do the rest
if
of
they
this
seem,
show.
If they seem amenable, then I can FaceTime you and we can do a walkthrough of the places and stuff like that. And lock it
Amiable?
in, bro.
Or amenable?
Amiable.
Amiable?
Amiable.
Hey, we
not-
owe the
malleable?
viewers a better show.
We
Can
did.
we-
Yes.
They were
Wait.
not happy with
That
us.
show sucked. Did you like my title and thumbnail? Like I knew it was horrible. I had to edit it. And I was
Dang,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
you should have
What was
seen
the title and thumbnail?
This is the worst episode we've ever made.
To be fair,
Really?
the
Are you sure?
to be
Yeah.
to be
'Cause
fair,
that
like our
title
secret
got it a
podcast
10.
was amazing.
Yeah.
That title got it to 10, just saying.
Yeah. Well, that was the goal. I didn't want people to watch it because I was ashamed. of
Oh.
I feel
So I
like
titled
our
it very
secret
poorly.
podcast was Poo Train Part 2.
Because
Almost
episode
close to
151 has a different title than what you just
it.
described.
Oh, you changed it? I thought
Yeah.
you didn't log in.
It was a hard 10, way hard
Good.
10.
That's what it deserved. I didn't want anyone to watch that garbage. You were emo, and Carrie was not present. It was just me trying to carry a garbage show along.
Listen, I wasn't emo for no reason.
you were
that's all.
emo
You were
because of some
really
weird old guy
aggressively emo
stuff.
that episode. That was true. I almost felt bad because you were like
It's
You were
because I
like-
knew it was
you
going
were
to be a
going
bad
full.
episode.
You were going
No.
full
You know
Ukaipa.
what?
Full
You believe
Ukaipa.
you achieved, Kevin. You decided it was going to be a bad episode, and you accomplished it. Congratulations.
Look at what you did. Our
Oh, my
podcast
Lot of
was
misinformation.
soaring.
Lot of misinformation on the internet about Carrie's riches. Carrie did not sell the card for $40,000. Can you explain
No,
that, Carrie? I've
he
seen a
did
lot
not.
of people talking about. How
Actually,
she sold the
I
card for
made that
40.
mistake. Actually, one
I think
time.
we
No,
all
I
did.
even like when it first happened, I thought it went up too. So
hmm
it sold for 33,000, and then there's a buyer's premium. That's how the auction houses make money.
And so it
that was
shows
20% on top. So the deal I had with them was 105%. So I actually made more than 33, but less than 40. You guys can
Did
do
you
the
though?
math.
Because last time I spoke to you, you said there was some shenanigans
Yes.
happening.
So it
Mm.
was. I had a
Calling
thing and
out
it said
golden.
the pie out. It said that they've been great. Honestly, they really have. It was like under 30,000 when I looked at my payout, and then he said he hadn't went. I actually emailed him like, I just want to know what the breakdown is. Whatever it is, it is. I'm like not really complaining. It's all good because maybe there's stuff I didn't understand. And then he
There's your
said
first
that they
mistake.
fixed it. Well, look. I anticipated they were gonna explain it, and they said, "Oh no, I got to correct that," and they corrected it, and it was like 34.5. So I was
Ooh.
Awesome.
Nice, congrats.
so
Awesome.
like that's more money than I'd even know what to do. I probably should fix my air conditioning in my Honda.
Or just sell the Honda and buy like
Dude.
an 8-year newer Honda.
Go to
Yeah, I'm
Taco
gonna-
Bell and just splurge. All the stuff you never could afford. Just
I
splurge.
think, Carrie, I think it's time to get your Honda into the new millennium. I think you need to get into the 2000s.
I thought it was a 2006 Honda, but through this, I
Yes.
found out it was a 2005. So I've literally had a 2005 Honda since 2005, except for like a 2-year period
Yeah,
in
so
between.
upgrade to a
I
2012.
like the Hondas are they're nice. What else do you need? You
Not much.
just roll down the window with your arm straight.
Well, they've got
It's a
buttons
button.
coming up.
No, it's a
you know?
button.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want
there you
a
go.
fancy backup camera. I don't care if it's like a 2010.
That'd be
I just
cool,
want
yeah.
a backup camera so I know when I'm about to hit somebody. You know, I
Tina's
wanna
car
know.
has like a feature where the mirrors light up, like they
Dude.
flash yellow when there's a car in your blind spot. Here's the problem
For
with
me,
that.
and also Charlie's uncle also fixed my headlight, which had been out for 2 years. I just used brights for 2 years.
Well, so the problem with having one
Charlie's
car,
like, "Don't do that. I would get so mad if you were
Yes.
doing that to me."
if you have one car that tells you there's some car in your blind spot, then you get used to it, and then you almost crash into people in your blind spot in your other car all the time. So you got to be careful of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really shouldn't be driving much, but here I am. You know,
I know.
driving
I know.
a lot.
Kevin, I'm assuming you
Yeah.
didn't listen to the secret episode where we talked about how sick I got this last weekend.
I didn't need
Yeah.
to. I got
Okay.
a Death Pile Picker personal account.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh,
I don't
you
need
got
to
like
listen
the
to it now.
7-hour version of
Yeah,
the story.
it was.
Oh my
it's a
gosh,
5-minute
just him
story turned
rambling
into
on about
20
other
minutes.
stuff.
So Webster
Mhm.
sucked hard for me. Literally every buy I made was bad because I was sick as a dog.
Mm.
And just I went back to like list it. I was telling Carrie, it's just all terrible buys. Everything I bought was a bad buy. Literally everything was a bad buy. I cannot find a single good buy.
You
from
said
that
it
whole
like
day.
progressively got worse,
And it got worse.
as you got
The
sicker throughout
later
the day.
as I got sicker by like 10 a.m., I was buying just pure trash.
You're buying Tupperware lids,
way
just
overpaying
stuff
for
that
it.
nobody sells or buys.
I just felt so bad, and so I left, and I got super sick. I went into detail in our latest secret episode about like how much vomiting, the diarrhea, all that is
dude, we
the
talked
underwear
about
that went in the trash. It's all in the secret episode. You want to
So
listen to
if you
that.
want to know corn or no corn,
Oh,
here's a
good
little
Lord
bit of
Almighty.
here's a tidbit. It
Yeah.
was a lot of corn.
A lot of
So
corn.
I'm just
Most
saying,
of
it's
the
a lot of corn.
We had all corn.
He didn't
while
even eat
camping.
corn.
Yeah, that was the.
This is
confusing
not
thing.
a better episode. This
Okay,
is
no,
not
no,
what
This
the
is
people have.
way
But I'm
better.
gonna tell
We're
you.
starting
You
out
guys
hot.
read the comments. You read the comments.
I got.
Let's read it. Let's take the constructive criticism. I'm ready.
right now. Like you want me to go pull.
I'm
up
ready
the
to
comments?
grow.
Yeah, you
I
guys
think it's
read
time
it.
for us to grow
But
up.
it's
Let's
not even
read
comment time. Can we do it during
All
the
right.
comment time?
We'll do a little
Okay.
eBay
Oh,
stuff.
look,
Yeah,
if
we're
I-
talking
if I
about,
take the
we're talking
smudge
about
off,
our
I can
sourcing
see
first.
myself.
We're talking about our sourcing. We're in the sourcing segment.
Okay, sourcing
segment.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're
worst
talking
buy
about
of the
webs
week.
there.
Wait, are we doing that yet?
I
Or is
had
that
the
us?
opposite, Dave. I was
What?
out yard selling, and I'm like, I just never felt good about it all day. Coming home, I'm like,
Can you rip
"Hey,
that shirt in half if you tried hard
I
enough?
can actually, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
And you end up
I-
having really good stuff. Was this
And
a
I
humble
brought it back,
brag?
and I'm
Of
like,
course.
hey, this wasn't half bad. Like I bought a little tin. There's a little tin, and it had some Weebles in it, and it had something else in it that I liked.
They
A couple
wobble,
little.
but they don't
Oh, it
fall
had
down.
Fisher Price little people, the old wooden ones, and I saw the dog in there, and I'm like, that's $10, right? So I'm like, how much for the whole little tin? And he's like, $1. I'm like, sweet. And so I didn't even look at it. I just closed it up and brought it home. When I got it home, there were like 7 or 8 Weebles in it, Disney Weebles, and that tin turned into like, with everything in it, turned into like $80, $100 easy, like maybe more. And so I didn't know it was good till I got it home. So it was the opposite of your Webster, and a few more of those. I'm like, huh. That was good too, and that was good.
You're really
and
good
that
at
was
this. You should do
No,
like a YouTube channel.
I'm
about
just
it.
saying sometimes that happens, right? You think you did okay, and you come home and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, that wasn't so good. And then sometimes it's the opposite, where daggone, that was really good, and I didn't know it.
I didn't even think I did good. I knew I was doing bad while it was happening. But I was there. I wanted to record. I wanted to get the activity. You know what I mean? It was just terrible. It was
And
just
you could do
terrible.
what you always talk about: cut all the bad stuff out you buy, and just keep the good stuff in there.
Then
So
I don't have any footage from that.
You're
day.
just gonna have a footage of you walking up and then throwing up in the car.
Have you
Well,
ever done that? Yeah,
throw
go
up in
ahead.
the car. Yeah. I've
No,
thrown
not
up everywhere.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
I
name
have
it.
no
Have you
doubt
ever
you did that.
have you ever diarrheaed and thrown up at the same time? There's the real question.
No comment.
I remember during the bird flu. Remember the bird flu? That was a big
Oh
thing.
yeah.
I was on the throne, evacuating, and then I suddenly had to throw up, and I threw up in the tub, and then that was disgusting, and I regret it to this day.
Wait, you pooped and threw up in the tub?
No, yeah. Well, wait, where am I supposed to go poo?
What
Can
is
we
that called,
please-
Carrie?
this is
What is that
sourcing
called? Your love
segment.
of birds. You're like a ornithophile.
Yeah, gosh.
Ornithophile?
I felt
Yeah.
so bad because like all I wanted to do was kiss a couple
You wanted to
birds,
kiss the birds?
and then I got bird flu. I can't kiss birds anymore. Why even be around? You know, I'm
Well,
okay.
but you-
I'm
you
okay.
do
I
like
want to be
the-
around, but I would like
The
to still
problem
kiss
was
birds.
The one bird, the big one that you would let feed you after it like chewed on the food a little. It was
Gosh, there's no,
baby
there's no
bird.
happier moment than when you're being mama birded and you're a baby bird.
And you're wearing your diaper. That's
It's
crazy.
the,
Anyways,
the
this
me
is
and
all
Don
private.
thing, but we don't
That's
talk
all, yeah,
about
it's
it.
all private stuff. We shouldn't
It's all
go
private.
into
It's
the
too
depths
private.
of
That's
it.
on our other channel.
Anyways, went to the Browns though. And, oh, do I love the Browns? I will say this: the Browns was kind of terrible. I was like writing a list in my head of how it sucked because they are like not even in the correct field. They're in the parking lot, and there's way less rows of.
Oh wait, they weren't in the field?
No, they were in the parking lot. The whole thing was in the
Why?
parking lot. Yeah, I guess they're redoing some stuff in the field, but there also wasn't very many vendors. There was like 200 vendors at the most instead of 400.
So you can't saturate a parking lot for a thumbnail very good either.
No,
Yeah.
it just didn't look. Well,
You need
the
that.
parking
You
lot
need that
is-
toxic bright green for people to click.
Hold on, the parking lot is also grass, as Carrie
Oh,
knows.
okay. All right.
Carrie
I've
fell
been there
into the grass.
once, bro. Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah, yeah,
assaulted.
But it was actually like kind of bad, kind of going horribly. But I had a few like real star finds, like really good moments. That
Was
made
it the
worth
Mad
trip.
magazines?
That was part of it. Yeah. So I did roll on those Mad and National Lampoon's
National
magazines.
Lampoons.
They weren't cheap. I paid like $200 for all of them. But just in that auction alone, I sold over 600.
Did
So-
you sell the Playboys that you sent?
Where
me the
what?
pictures
Where
of?
was that auction?
That was on Dibdit.com.
Oh, okay.
Dibdit.com. Yeah, it went great. And I still have a bunch of National Lampoons left, so I think it's probably like 200 into 800 on those. But that was cool. My favorite buy though was I go to this guy's truck and he's got like nothing. It didn't look like a very good booth, but I'm looking through and I'm talking to him, and he has a San Francisco Giants tattoo. And so I started talking to him. You know, the one cool thing I know about
About that
sports is
baseball
Tina's
team?
cousin. Yeah, Tina's
Yeah,
cousin.
you actually know something about that
Oh.
team.
Yeah, and so
You're
I'm talking to him,
practically
and he
related.
actually he actually didn't know Patrick Bailey, so it kind of took away some of my stuff. But we got so deep into this conversation about sports that I was zoning out on.
He's not a real fan.
He let slip that he had a huge box of 49er stuff in the trunk of his car that he hadn't brought out, but he might sell. And I was like, can I look at that? And I go look at that, and I actually have it right next to me. This is at the top of that thing. Ready? Check this out.
Oh, ooh, starter
I lost my
or
thing.
Proline starter?
Proline starter.
Proline starter.
Proline starter. Yep. San Francisco's puffer jacket.
Hooded.
Yeah.
Puffer.
This thing is like brand new.
Has it got the
He said
nice
he never
zipper on
wore
it?
Yeah, he said he has never worn the thing.
Wow,
it is
dude.
mint condition.
You wear that, you walk down the street in that, everybody's going to call you Danny Tanner. 'Cause
XL.
they're gonna be like,
XL. It's an XL too. You know how much he wants for it?
How much?
$20.
And how much did you give him? You gave him more, right?
Oh, sort of. I said how much for the whole box, right? The whole box.
sort of. That's a good way to spin
And
it.
he said for the whole box it's $100, and that could have been a moment where Dave, because I didn't even look at the box, could have been a moment where Dave screws up and pays $100 for something he could have gotten 20 and a bunch of garbage.
I think I'd have
But
gambled because you know
I
you got
gambled.
your money already.
And what was in there? The first thing I pull out of there is a Danbury Mint replica of the field, the stadium.
Candlestick?
Candlestick field, brand
The
new
old
in the
one.
box. Candlestick Stadium, Danbury Mint. Thing sells for like $220.
Mm.
And there's like 15 Danbury Mint 49ers ornaments from each year in the box. So 2000 all the way up till 2015, brand new in the box.
Wow.
There's a signed photo that's been signed by 2 San Francisco 49er guys. It's like a team photo.
Well, that's important to know who they
Yeah.
are.
I can tell
Joe
you. Hold
Montana,
on.
Steve
Talk
Young.
about
Tell
yourself for a
Oh,
second.
from that era though, it might not be.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
To
I'm
be
gonna
like,
guess
what, Garcia or
Joe Montana,
something?
Dwight
Ah.
Clark. I'm gonna hope.
Okay,
That's what
so
you gotta
it's
hope.
got
No,
two
not
Russ
from
and
Garcia
that
and
Sheila.
Terrell Owens.
So it was 2 Russ and Sheila, Super Bowl 16. I bought it from Russ.
Oh, that's
And
dope.
that's
Oh, Super Bowl 16. That's an old one.
Ariella number 59. Carrie, who's number 59 in Super Bowl
Ariella
16?
Ruffington.
2006, not 2016.
No, Super
this
Bowl
is
16.
Super Bowl 16. Carrie don't know.
Whoever
that.
number
Give me a
59
break.
is.
Yeah, do you
ChatGPT.
remember, Kevin? You were probably teaching or something.
No, 59. That's a friggin' defensive player from Super Bowl 16. Who knows that?
Yeah,
Where's
was it-
Vintage
was
ChatGPT
it-
does.
Yeah, well,
who's
I'm
number-
sure.
Does.
Who
The
else?
answer is Bobby Leopold.
Bobby
Leopold?
Leopold.
That doesn't seem
Bobby
right.
Leopold. That's what
Wait,
I was gonna
okay, XVI, is that 16?
I
XVI,
don't
yeah,
know.
16.
Why is it got to be in Roman numerals? Nobody knows
Yeah.
those.
And it says 1995 right here. And then it's got another one right on this guy who's yelling. Oh, that's Bobby Leopold, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. It's got 2 autographs on it.
Well, yeah, I don't trust ChatGPT
but
for
yeah.
this reason.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it's wrong. But yeah, so I had that.
That's
in
not
there.
right.
No, it's not right.
2006.
It's not right. It says
1995.
95 would have been like 40 or
What
like 38.
Super Bowl was
No, it wasn't.
1990?
It was like 30.
38.
It was in the 30s, wasn't
I'm
it?
probably reading the
1930s?
Roman numerals wrong.
No,
Super
guys.
Bowl?
the Super Bowls in the 30s were in the
Super Bowl
90s.
29.
Because right now we're
Super
on
Bowl
like
29.
Super Bowl 50 something or
Oh,
60. I don't know.
XV1. Not
Yeah, I
XV1.
probably just read it wrong.
Okay, there you
I
go.
probably read it wrong.
Yeah, 16. That would have
Sorry.
been like back when Kevin. it was
Gary
just
That's
Plummer.
Steve?
That's what
That's
he said.
Steve
Gary
Young.
Plummer. It's Gary Plummer's autograph.
Ah, Gary Plummer.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's that, and then there's like a vintage.
I've heard of him. He
crew-
played for the San Diego Chargers.
There's
for
a
while.
vintage San Francisco
think.
crew neck in there as well, like a brand new crew neck with the tag still on it. There's a vintage San Francisco hat from Walmart
Well,
from 2000.
Are you just going to become like? Are you
It's
going to
awesome.
just become like a 49ers daddy maybe and just start
Yeah,
wearing
there's
that
like-
stuff around?
literally bags of like other ornaments and football. It's a
Yeah.
really cool box. $100 for the box. It was really cool. That was my favorite.
I'll
find,
give you
Travis.
2. Just list it on Commons, and I'll give you 2 right now.
I think I'd get 2 just for the jacket.
I don't know
Maybe
about
even
that.
a little. I mean, I don't know.
Get to,
I think
no.
it's probably
I saw it
150.
sold for
75, 80.
I saw it sold for 200.
No, it's
on
more
it.
than that. It's a
I saw it
hooded
sold
one with the
because it's
zipper.
the 49.
Pro
You
line
think, you
starter?
think it's going to go for more than that?
Hooded?
I think the
Mhm.
market's pretty saturated, isn't it?
Dude, all right, let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out.
I'm going to guess like 75, 80.
No,
I also
more than
like
that.
to sell my stuff, so
That's true.
I was looking at solds and I saw them selling that high, 200-ish.
it is like the best.
Hooded.
Would that be art? Would you say, Kevin, from that era, you want the Niners or the Cowboys, right? Those are like the 90s
Yep.
quintessential teams. Those would be the top 2 teams you want. So you have the right team. So maybe there's a premium. I'm just used to
Yeah.
always finding the teams nobody wants, you know?
Yeah,
Like I'll find that, but it's like freaking, I don't know, the Rams or something.
This one's slightly different with 199. This one's 229 that sold.
Actually, the Rams would be good if it was
But they're all
LA
slightly
one.
different designs.
Yeah, dude. Especially with them being good right now, dude. It's like
am a-
Michigan sell, although maybe not now.
I'm gonna put
I'm
it up
telling
high and see what happens. It was $20. Can't really lose.
Dude, it's a hooded one. I'm telling you, that's what's going to make a difference because it also looks like it's in great shape. Because some of those you find back then are not in great shape.
Kevin looks like he's like a Heinz
size
Heinz
XL
mustard bottle.
I'll try it for 200. We'll see. Either way, it was a really cool buy. And the Browns, other than that, they were. I mean, I got the magazines like Kevin said, and a couple other bulk buy things, but I didn't buy too much. It was pretty short. They were done by 10. But it was fun. And Carrie, did you went to the show, so you sourced cards, right?
Oh, I got a whole box of cards here.
Any like killer deals? Any Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, I found some
101s?
I got a bunch of 101s. Not as good as Caitlin Clark though. I got like a Travis Hunter, who's like gonna maybe be the #1 pick in the draft next year for football. I got a 101 auto of him. I got a couple other things.
Will you hold on to that till next year then?
No, I'm gonna sell it right now.
Okay.
I don't hold. I sell. Now, my whole goal with everything I'm doing is like I want all these cards gone in 2 weeks, max probably. So I'm either gonna send them to something like DC Sports for their auctions. Because they'll have a little broader audience, but most of them are gonna. I've been trying to build up the Whatnot Anytime auctions on my page because I can use the affiliate link, and I'm trying to build that up. See how it works.
Always
until we move, and once we move, we'll probably get back into more buy. I'm gonna try a whole bunch of stuff in the next couple months.
Do those Anytime auctions always sell for you? Have you ever had one end?
Some don't sell. Yeah.
Okay.
But for the most part, I mean. And it's really all over the place. There's been some that do the same or even maybe a little better than eBay and some that bomb. It's all over the place. So the cool thing is like when I go to these shows, the only issue with Whatnot in the past has been I got 20 seconds and I got to have the right person in the show. And the Anytime auction eliminates that. And, you know, you could put an item up and then the people who follow me will go look probably in that window. Or
you also don't get that emotional... That emotional thing sometimes
so there's
gets
some
people...
there's some so there's that's kind of a drawback too because sometimes people just get into it, but they do like that too as well because they're a fan of the player and they're willing to pay whatever. So we're gonna see. It's an experiment, but I kind of like it. I've been enjoying it so far.
Like Dave had the Ghostbuster one. I didn't look. I was doing stuff while I was filming when that auction was going up. I turned the camera off and I look and I'm like, dude, that's a Roger Rabbit, man. I want that thing. I didn't know what it was worth. I just didn't want that other person to get it, right? And the Hulk Hogan one, which I didn't get, and whatever. I was busy.
Did you see the second Hulk Hogan one, which was Hulk and Andre the Giant and Bret the Hitman Hart all wrestling in a ring? I kept saying, I said, Kevin, wake up.
Dude, I was filming.
It was Mad Magazines. Mad Magazines.
Cool.
They were really cool, And those are cool just to, like, have. Like that.
Yeah, I would have, like, framed them and put them up, and
they were pretty neat.
Yeah, just put them right there, right next to the Commonwealth toilet.
It was one of those buys. I was like, because it was like a little expensive, I was a little stressed about it, but I was like, they're pretty cool. I think they could sell. I ended up paying like $1 a book for the Mads, so it was fine.
Yeah,
but no,
some of them went for great money.
Yeah, some. I was selling some like 2 for $5, and then I'd get 2 for 20. So it kind of evened out. I'd say it was good. Some people got great deals, and some got there was 2 or 3 buyers that bought the most. And if you like average out their buy price, it really wasn't bad. It was like at eBay or lower. But there was some that they overpaid and some that they underpaid. But it all kind of worked out. So
it's a story of an auction. I've always felt like this because I've gone to like live auctions for a decade plus. I haven't done a lot lately, but I used to go to a lot. And if you are able to control your emotions in an auction, which is very, very, Kevin probably could do it. I would imagine Kevin would be good at this, honestly. But like, there's always 1 or 2 auctions when I used to go to the auction houses that, or like Whatnot or whatever. There's always 1 or 2 that you just get too into it. You want it too bad.
And I'm terrible with that.
Yeah, and then you end up like,
I'm a big overspender.
It's not even like that you do overpay, but like you always justify it like in that moment, and then whether it's an hour later or when it arrives in the mail, if it's a Whatnot auction, and you actually look at it and you're not emotional anymore, and you're like, what was I doing? Why did I do that? What was I thinking?
So how are the sales? Because mine have been terrible, but it's self-inflicted. I fell off the listing wagon. Even though I had stuff listed and drafted, I just wasn't publishing them. Not for any good reason. I just wasn't doing it. I just kind of never got back into it on a good rhythm. And today I've like committed starting today. I'm doing 10 a day again. And I've got the drafts. I've got 55 drafts. So I've got the drafts. I just have to hit list. And because I didn't, I've just had terrible sales. So my flipper schedule, everything's off. Everything's off. My sales are terrible. Doom and gloom.
I've been
on my eBay front.
Really? I've been on, so I've been listing. We've been pulling out stuff, old stuff.
You're always pulling out stuff.
Yeah, well.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I remember just a few weeks ago on this podcast, I was like, man, the weekend was slow. I think I had 29 sales for like 2 or 3 straight weekends. I'm like, whew. And we were at 41.
Super
41
relatable.
over the weekend.
Super relatable.
29.
It was almost like me complaining
I'm at
about my
3,
car trouble
but
after
yeah.
I made $33,000 on a card. I was like, I was telling Charlie that I can't really complain about car trouble right after selling that sports card.
I don't have all these extra streams of income like gold and auctions and cooking daddy and all the extra streams.
Sometimes crossing streams is a special experience.
Kevin,
for
at
all
your
involved.
age, I feel like it's probably going multiple directions all the time.
This is a long
Just be happy that there's still a stream at all.
There's a fork in the road, as they say.
I'm not going to talk about this. I want to, but I'm not going to.
You got a reputation
your
to coddle. See, like I'm not like you guys. I don't have to do eBay sales to run a page, you know, like a YouTube channel, like YouTube.
Yeah, talking to my wife.
I'm just trying all sorts of creatives. I've even gotten sales on the Collects app, which is actually surprising. I threw a cup, which is a sports card reselling app that's run by Card Dealer Pro, which is the ones that do the scanning and stuff.
I thought we talked about this. I thought we were only allowed to promote our own platforms.
And this is not my platform. I don't own it. I just like the guy.
I know. That's
and
what
I've had luck with it.
Forget it.
And also, like, I'm likable. I'm likable. Like, you're usually weird about it.
I don't remember hearing about the Card Dealer Pro sales, so maybe it's just because I don't pay attention. But
I don't know. But either way, it's like what I love, in all seriousness, and I'm so thankful for. There's so many ways, and I think people are a little slow to that right now. I think there's a lot of people in the community that are just like upset about eBay being slow and not realizing all of the other options.
I don't think eBay's slow. I don't think it is necessarily, but there's a lot of people who do think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. But the whole thing is, if you don't like eBay nowadays, it might be hard, but this is like the golden era of trying something new. Like there's actual, like if you put some effort behind it, you can actually get some momentum on Whatnot or on a Shopify page.
Dude, there's somebody
OnlyFans, Kevin, wherever you want to be creative and sell stuff.
Well, I was gonna shout out my own comments, but I wasn't doing it for the point. I was just going to make a point.
I already gave you a free shout out. I'm not.
There are multiple sellers over there who have sold over $2,000 this month on one little on my little site. Now, not everybody's doing that, obviously, but that goes to your point. There are options for people, and there are new upstarts or new different things. But a lot of people, that makes them angry, that makes them nervous. Can you imagine working 50 hours a week and you're trying to resell too? And everybody's coming at you with, cross posting and this site and that site. Because I was in that at one point. I'm like, if I'm not selling on Depop, I'm not going to be able to do it in 5 years. And that was a joke. That didn't happen. Facebook Marketplace. But, I could see people stressing out about that stuff. Everybody's on Whatnot making millions. And first of all, that's not the case. And Dave, you look bewildered. Puzzled.
I was trying to share my screen. I've had trouble sharing my screen for weeks, and I was trying to figure out a workaround. I think I did figure out one. So if we need to share screen, I am ready to roll. Kevin, are you drinking your urine? It seems like that's the case. You're death pile picker.
At least he's classy about it. He puts ice in the glass.
Yeah, on the rocks, please.
I should have had a little
big
bit of
giant cubes of ice in it.
What are you drinking? Like, is that actually alcohol, or is that ginger ale? Is that apple cider?
Apple bottom jeans.
It's
teach me about alcohol.
Martinelli's.
It's not a Martinelli. I can see the lie in your eyes.
It's time. Look, it's fall. Martinelli. That's when it starts showing up at the store.
No, see,
that's why you just made it an extra person on the show.
Well, yeah, I figured I'd try it, but it's all fuzzy. It doesn't really work.
Yeah. No, I can see it.
You tell us what it is, and we'll believe you.
Wait,
can't you bring that to the screen? There you go.
It is still blurry, though. You're right.
Yeah, it is.
See, this is Dave. Is this the ornaments? What is this?
No, I was just pulling up a sale.
I'm just checking your tabs to make sure there's nothing bad up there.
I got a BOGO for y'all, but I got to find it.
So, Kevin, look, that's an Anna Lee. That's an Anna Lee little train.
Anna Lee?
Yeah, $101.
They made little toys? That's cool.
This is Anna Lee.
And it's not even Easter time.
No, I thought it was kind of surprising that it sold. That's why I figured I'd show you. Now, how do I get this thing to go away? There we go. Yeah, well, anyway, that's it. What are you showing us, Kevin?
Anna Lee. It's a little golfer.
Oh yeah, that's.
And I didn't have it on camera. It's this funny lady just cracking me up, making jokes, and then I gave her an offer of cheaper than it was, and she was giving me grief. And I walk away, and I'm like, my camera wasn't on.
Yeah, typical Kevin.
Yeah, you almost had like a real human moment that you didn't record. It's kind of cute. It's nice. It's what the old days were like.
But yeah, my sales have been in the crapper. Kevin, your sales are
Literally.
great.
I've had,
you have like a
3
a
straight
big sale you want to brag
right
about?
close
Like
to $500.
Sure.
high dollar sale.
Just give
High
him 3
dollar?
minutes. Give him 3 minutes to brag about whatever he wants. Whatever.
No,
It doesn't even have
just
to be a
3
sale.
minutes. This is coming from guys that don't even hardly resell on here anymore.
You're
What
wasting
is
your
this,
3
eBay?
minutes. You're already 250.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like 480, 479, 488. Boom, boom, boom.
What are you
straight.
What are you talking about? What you're just saying numbers.
To have that
dude.
consistent.
Saying numbers?
He's
Get
like
outta here.
42, 63,
17,
92.
46, 30.
Let's
I
do
hate
that.
Bodhi.
It's my favorite part of the podcast where we just say numbers.
Oh well, okay. We
Mm-hmm.
can really depress me and show numbers.
Oh, here's
Kevin.
one. There we go. Zondervan Illustrated Bible Background Commentaries, complete 1 through 5, 166.20.
Brandon was with you when you got that.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Brandon gave you the deal. He
Yeah,
let
he
you
found
buy
you that.
some, even though you didn't deserve any because he was there first. That's
Oh.
the word on the street.
I remember the time you
outta
stole
here.
the thing that he was holding. Like you got in the fight with him. I remember that.
Listen, that was
that.
the cheap one of the deal. I got a few of those sets like that, but then that's where I found that sterling silver
Listen.
that if I just listed it at about $1,250, I'd get it, but I'm stubborn. I want to get like $1,400.
My goal is to stay relatable, Kevin. All right, and not brag
Mhm.
about $500 sale days.
He's
I'm
talking
gonna
about
tell you,
14.
on
Is-
Saturday, I sold $29. On Friday, I sold $37, and on Thursday,
So
I sold
basically, there's going to be no
$71.
flipper video this week.
I'm like still like just doing 2 a week, and I'm
Oh,
you know
so it
I'm
makes it
selling
easier,
enough
right?
to make 2 a week work. Yeah. It's okay.
Look, he's got
It's okay.
He's got cottage cheese Cool Ranch chips to do, cottage
I need
cheese
to do that,
sweet
yeah.
chili Doritos.
Cottage
That's a
cheese
good
is
one.
out,
Cottage-
Carrie.
Cottage
Yeah,
out.
dude, my latest cottage cheese video flopped.
Oh, it did.
I think I'm no longer the.
Is it
cottage
because you
cheese
were
daddy.
fully clothed for this one?
No, it was butt.
Did you
nude.
hear about Nico Avocado? He's like he lost all that weight.
He lost, like,
you should
200
do
pounds
that.
or
You should
something,
film
yeah.
for 2 years and then come back and be a different person.
Hey,
That's
speaking of
pretty
that,
good.
our
I like
buddy
that idea.
Jigglypuff, who is something else now. Have you been
Oh
watching
my
his
gosh,
TikToks?
Kevin,
Yeah,
is
he
this
lost-
like when you're gonna tell us about the freaking puppets that we knew about for 3 years? Now you're gonna tell us about Jiggly Thrift?
Yeah,
which
Jiggly-
lost weight
yeah,
a year ago.
No.
Yeah.
But have you watched his most recent videos? Because he's lost the weight, so why
Yeah.
follow him anymore? But I've found his more recent
Because you're a
videos.
fan
more
and
intriguing.
want to
Because
be
he's
a part of
nice
his life.
fellow?
Because he's
Does
your
he care
friend.
about
You want to
others?
support him.
Because
Oh
we're
my
not
gosh.
in every relationship for money.
Have
Yeah,
you
maybe
been
it's
watching
not
his new
something
videos?
that's monetary and it's just a real
my
thing.
gosh.
Yes, I've subscribed to his OF.
Oh, whatever. There's
support.
no OF.
And we
It was. I just liked it. It was
I
enlightening.
was like, I checked.
He made forget it. I had some good points and some nice things to say, and now I'm the one who's the bad guy. Because
Dude, you know what?
funny
Speaking
how
of that,
easy that is.
Dank
It's almost
said
like we
over
have
in
to
the
just
comments,
say your words.
Geez, Dave and Carrie, just let Kevin talk. I mean,
Let's let him
I'm
talk.
a clown, but good gosh almighty.
We gave him 3 minutes and he just said numbers.
All right, talk about Jiggly Thrift Puff. Thrift.
Let's hear about it. I'd love
he
to hear
just
about it.
he
Kev.
did the whole way. He was he did reselling content, which was brilliant. I loved it. And then he's like, forget it. I'm gonna do this weight loss thing, and he did it. And he lost a ton of weight. He looks terrific. And then he did a video. Somebody asked him a question. They're like, what was the meanest thing anybody did to you when you were, big, when you were eating or something? Or I can't remember. But he's like, he started eating a piece of pizza. And he's like, man, when I would eat a piece of pizza, I would think, people are thinking, why is this fat guy eating a piece of pizza and all these terrible things? And then when he was done with it, he said, hey, I just realized that I was meaner to myself than anybody ever was mean to me when I was large. And he says that's the way that most people who are out of shape and overweight, they're more mean to themselves. It was a good video. You guys should watch it,
Sounds
Dave.
like a really good video. I
It's
like it.
very,
Yeah, Kevin,
very
you know,
enlightening.
they say
We're mean to ourselves.
They say that, one of the biggest fears people really have and don't realize is that other people will see them as they see themselves.
Yes, that's exactly my point. That's very, very good.
Confucius
Confucius says, out of chaos comes a TikTok channel.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, Kevin. Very good.
I
So,
like that. I like that. We probably shouldn't do it again, but I liked it.
Yeah, see, yeah, we should definitely not get that serious.
It's just we lost. I
You
mean,
know,
I
Chat
go
Juice-
look at the
Chat Juice
analytics
lost
and just
weight.
the wild dip in viewership
Yeah.
during that.
Yeah. Carrie, you should back out of the golden auction sale. That would be great content.
She did immediately after the sale. Immediately after the sale, she got a triple double. Like, and people don't understand this because I literally had
triple-double?
somebody, meaning she
Oh,
had
at
like
Denny's,
10.
where you get the 3 eggs and the 2 French toast.
She might have also had Denny's, but like it's when you have 10
Three.
points, 10 assists, 10
Okay.
blocks, or 10 steals,
Rebounds
I don't know
or
what
points.
rebound or points. It's 3
Anything
of a
in the
stat
double digits that are positive stats.
that are positive stats. Yeah, you could. Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Did he just go out for both?
Mhm.
Kevin, or just you?
No, it was Carrie.
What the heck happened?
Oh, you're back. Now you're gone again. He was back, and then he's gone again. He's muted. You gotta unmute. Unmute. It's okay, guys.
Oh, well, J-Rod liked the silence last time.
happened?
He was a big
He
fan
did. He
of the
loved that.
silence. I was like, Dave's going to
That's
cut
really
this
weird.
out. No, he left
Carrie.
it in.
He's gone.
He left it in. Oh, Carrie's gone. Why did you leave the silence in? I thought for sure you
I
were
fast
going to cut that
forwarded.
out.
I fast forwarded. It was about 2 minutes of silence, and I only left in 20 seconds.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
silence,
yeah. I
10
don't like that
seconds.
because it makes it look like I gave in, and I didn't give in, but you made it look like I gave in, and I was
Yeah,
a little upset about
I know
that.
what I did. I know what I did, and I did it on purpose. I'm not.
People
even
said
ashamed.
we didn't get along last episode.
We didn't. We were fighting
No.
the whole time. It was,
Hmm.
sometimes we do that, guys. That's the real podcast, all right? We don't just pretend we like each other. We
Little
tell you we
Miss
hate each other.
Little Miss Q says,
know.
Dave, I'm impressed. You can't remember where your orders are, but you do remember where I live.
Ohio, yeah.
Mhm. Oh, the JG
I don't
Wentworth
know what
song
happened.
got a lot
we were
of people
talking
going.
about something though.
JG
We're talking about
Wentworth.
JG Wentworth.
Yeah.
Eight-
Yeah,
877
I've got a
cash
structured
now.
settlement and I need cash now. I always take the cash now. It's the smart option.
It is. It's just
Yes,
like
pay the fee.
the lotto winnings,
I haven't heard too much complaining about the transfer with the eBay money and stuff. Have y'all had that? Seen
What
that at
transfer
all?
with the eBay money?
Isn't there like a fee now for automatic transfer? Get
Shouldn't
the money
you know
like
this?
right now. Well, I don't do it, so why would I know it? And I would never do it. Carrie would do it. That's why I'm asking.
Carrie?
No, I don't. Oh, I don't know. I don't really. Don just transfers it, so I don't know.
It's a really good research.
Who handles the books at your house, Dave?
Informative.
No, look, we
The
are
books at my
real.
house?
Okay, we are
Yeah.
real. We're not in a locker room, folks. We're
Do you
in.
mean-
I'm in a dirty room. Kevin's in a dirtier room, if you know what I mean. And Dave is. Where are you, Dave? You're in your garage.
Yeah. Did you mean the books like our budget?
Yeah.
Me. I do that. I do
Mm-hmm.
that too. And actually, I took the Caleb Hammer financial score today. Have you ever done that? You can do a little
No.
test and see your financial score. I got an 8.5 out of 10.
You're a Caleb Hammer guy, really?
I've been getting into him. I really like him yelling at people. I enjoy
Why
that.
are you watching? He's like.
He
I don't know
likes
who it is.
Yelling at people. He's like the younger Dave Ramsey.
Oh, okay.
I like how Carrie's audio goes out when he's trying to make.
So
a
he
poignant
probably
point.
tells you to use credit cards, right?
No, well, he's less opposed. He's less
Right.
opposed to credit cards. He's not as like. Ooh, echo. He's
That's
not
my
as,
boy.
like-
My boy does the. Come on, Carrie. Get it together.
I muted him. He's not as like crazy over the top as Dave Ramsey. He's a
Mhm.
little bit more balanced. Carrie, hi.
Hi. I just, you know who I listen to? Who's the dude that has like the suit that has all the money on it? Remember the jacket? He'd have like he was on like
Oh,
late
Monopoly
night.
guy?
Kramer?
No,
Mad
it
Money?
was no, it was like in the 90s and it was
Henry
like an
Winkler.
infomercial.
Oh, yeah. He would
That's where I
tell you
get-
how to do all
stock
He would
guy?
tell you how to get all the money from the government for free and stuff, right?
Oh, but he went to jail. I think.
I think he
I think
died.
he went to jail. Yeah, because it was like fraudulent. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
know
no,
who
I
you're
mean,
talking
I'm saying I don't listen to that guy.
about.
I
No,
forgot
I've
about
been-
that guy.
I've been just listening to.
I'm
it
just
because I
saying, like
him
Caleb
yelling at
Hammer,
people.
though, dude. Come on, Caleb Hammer, really? I don't know why I don't like him. I don't even. I've only seen like 3 videos, and it seemed like sound advice. But still, come on.
It's really more the delusional people on his show that I enjoy.
Oh
than
yeah,
him.
you do
Like,
love that. You were
some of
showing
the
me the
stuff
Dave
they
Ramsey
say
people
just-
who were crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
I
like,
love the crazies.
Can I
That's what
get a
makes
third
Judge
car
Judy
when I'm
good.
bankrupting on everything? No. you
Listen,
can't.
I think I'm noticing a trend though, okay? And so I don't necessarily disagree with this, but everyone who spends like mad, similar to myself, always says the same thing. I don't know when I'm going to die. I want to enjoy life while I have it. But he says,
Eat,
yeah,
drink, and
but
be
if
merry.
you're dead, you won't notice that you didn't get to enjoy life, so who cares? So, because you're dead. You won't notice what you're missing if you're dead, because you're dead.
But you enjoyed it while you were alive, isn't that the right?
Well, that's their point, and that's, I think, the biggest way people
There's-
justify crazy
look,
spending.
I think
Because-
that
which I do
mindset.
myself as well.
I think
look
that
at Kevin
mindset.
Shed. None of that was smart.
I think that mindset is just as wrong and valid as the mindset of the misers who scrape every penny and die with billions
It's
of dollars
literally
and never
you.
did anything. No, that's not
The
me.
me. You could say the Daves and the Kevins.
There's
There is
middle
a
path.
90 to
Moderation.
95% chance you're going to be haunted by three
Look,
ghosts at
there's-
some point.
First of all, my wife wouldn't let me die a millionaire. She would have spent it before because she's the other way. She's like, hey, grab life by the horns and
She's
let's
the
go
yin
live it
to your,
here.
Let's go to
she's
the
the yin
beach.
to your yang.
Yeah, you
Let's
got.
go to
I
the
think that's a
beach,
good
beach.
combination. Every
So,
good
yeah.
relationship has that little. It's
Yeah, I
the
would say
dawn
Tina-
to carry. I
yeah,
mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Tina,
She's the Don
I don't know.
Carey, yeah.
Tina's kind of in the middle, and then I am an aggressive spender. I just have been working hard on self-control because of how many
Well-
times I've had money and blown it.
Mhm.
Eventually you start to get a muscle after you do this enough times. I'm just failing
Mhm.
forward at this point.
But you're
so-
never going to turn into the person that just scrapes every dollar
no.
and
No,
Ebenezer,
no.
and you're never.
I have
And
friends
I
like
think
that.
you're past the. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin, what? I'm
Yeah,
not like
dude,
that.
you yell at me for using a
Dude.
bubble mailer instead of a poly mailer.
That's different.
No, even worse
That's
is when
different.
Kevin yells at you for using an 11-inch poly mailer instead of a 9, because 9 inches 1 cent cheaper.
Well,
Yeah.
that's stupid.
Either
It
either will get the
That
job
doesn't
done.
have- That
Either will
doesn't
get
have
the job
anything.
done.
That doesn't have anything to do with what you're going to do with the money that you've made.
I've transitioned to only 20 by 20 poly mailers. They'll fit anything, and then you can just make them small.
Then you can cut them too. We used to buy the bigger ones and we'd cut them down and tape them closed.
And they're only like $3 a piece, so it's not bad.
Oh,
I
my
put
goodness.
I actually ship everything in an official Louis Vuitton box that I
Ooh.
buy off eBay.
I feel like, guys, all the Louis Vuittons I see at the flea market might be
They're fake.
They might be fake, yeah.
I have
It's Louis Vuitton, by the way.
Vuitton.
I have one Louis Vuitton that I actually think has a chance of being real, and I just can't bring myself to go figure it out.
Have you done the lick test?
No,
Yeah, you got
No,
a
not
lick
yet.
idiot.
I
If,
need
if it
to.
feels
Idiot.
aesthetic, it's the real deal.
Did you say aesthetic?
Aesthetic.
What is that word?
That's it. That's just how I say acidic. Okay.
acidic.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know we were going to tease people for having a lisp, but if you want to, we can.
The lisp guy can tease the other lisp guy.
Blessings all around says we need to hug it out. You two can hug it out soon.
Yeah.
What's the expected
When are you
date
coming
now?
down to
Halloween?
visit
Listen.
the Florida Bros?
Well, Dave backed out of this flee across Florida thing, so I
You
decided I
weren't
wasn't
gonna
going to go.
You backed out first, and I didn't back out. My
Don't
wife's-
back out, guys. It's
Hold on.
not going to go well.
Back
My
out,
wife's-
flee across Florida guy.
And
There
you
will be
don't
no
need to-
sequel to Pee
you-
Across Florida.
You don't need to inundate
there will
the
be.
comments with well wishes for this because it would probably just make her more depressed. But Tina's grandpa died, and so she has to fly out to a funeral Friday morning, which is literally when Flee Across Florida is. So I don't really have a choice unless I want to bring all 3 kids 6 hours away at the butt crack of dawn. So I'm just not gonna go. And so it's just gonna be Rod and Mike. And I liked Mike's comment on that because now Kevin has abandoned Mike and I've abandoned Rod. and Mike just responded, both the rods.
It's
have been
kind of like
abandoned."
it's kind of like 2 appendages just dangling with no body to
The
attach
torsos
to.
are not coming to the event. They're just gonna be like,
They're just
See,
gonna be
back in the
floundering.
day, somebody would have made a meme of that and put it on the Facebook group. But the Facebook group has outgrown the Trash to Cash podcast.
yeah, it's kind of.
When are we going to start banning people?
When are we
over
gonna
there?
close it? Let's close.
Close
it.
it?
Yeah, just for fun.
I honestly forgot about it.
Just tell them that if we don't have 20,000 people watch the next Trash to Cash episode, the Trash to Cash Facebook group
We
is
should
no
just
more.
start
I
banning
love it. Yeah,
people.
let's threaten people.
We should do like the Thanos thing. Half of you tomorrow will be just eliminated
Listen,
from the
New
group.
Jersey Picker made me laugh.
no reason.
Actually,
New Jersey Picker, shout them out.
He
I
made
don't
me
think he's
laugh.
made
We're shouting
videos.
him out because he made me laugh. He is the one who manages our Facebook. But ABC Matt goes in there and he says, "I've already asked this to Kevin, but Dave and Carrie, how do you stay relative to your viewers and how do you stay connected?"
Relevant.
He said relative.
Relative.
And so I responded and I said, "I don't understand what the word relative means here." And he responded, and then New Jersey Picker responded, "I think he just answered your question, Matthew." Okay, and then
good.
Brian Big and Fun says, I think he means relatable or relevant. And then New Jersey Picker asks a new question and says, I haven't asked a question in a hot minute, but here's a good one that no one, all caps, has asked in a long time or ever. How do you guys stay relatable with your viewers?
He just stole it. He just stole Matt's thunder. Well, thank you, New Jersey.
See, we have the
New Jersey
smartest.
Picker, thank you for the great question.
For the
watchers
original
of all
question.
time.
Kevin, how do you do it?
How do
I
you
have
do it,
this
Kevin?
weird feeling you don't.
Yeah, I also agree.
I don't try. You just be yourself. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
That's
What
the
are you gonna
truth.
do?
Okay.
That's what
Well,
I've learned more and
I
more.
mean-
I'm just going to be more and more myself to the
I
point
shouldn't
where
say that. That's like
my buddies will watch and everybody else will just make fun of how bad I am at this. That's the
You
goal.
be yourself, but you try to avoid. I mean, not that you avoid who you are and whatever, but you don't
Just
want to
bury it deep down, right, Kevin?
No, I don't know. Mike is who he is, like, right? Death Pile Picker, and it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, I don't know if I'd say that. You got to be somewhat professional. You got to do.
Yeah.
But although I'll
Well-
say that you guys on this show are far less professional than Death Pile Picker
Here's the thing.
on Roman's show the other day. He was live
Oh,
on
I didn't
Roman's
see
show.
that. I'll have to watch
Yeah,
it.
it was
The
good.
two of them together sounds horrifying.
Oh, it was
Does sound-
awesome.
I don't know if I want to watch this.
I'm wondering, yeah.
Roman's Adventures now. I
Listen,
think. Go check it
I think that as far as relatability goes, like, I don't think anyone should be as flawed as me. I think that if anyone is
True.
that relatable to
That
me,
is
then
true.
they've got a tough life.
Well, that
Right.
is Dave's.
That's
That's
very true.
Dave's kind of niche that he did,
But-
and he really kind of freed people up. Is Dave? Dave, he's just if he makes a mistake, there it is,
Yeah.
right?
It's
That's
broadcast.
honesty.
And so I think that, because of that, there's some part of me that everyone can relate to, right? And
The
some
voice.
parts that they
Yeah.
enjoy making fun of, right? And that's
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
so
and
I
you're
don't-
okay with
I
it,
don't
sort
really
of.
think about relatability. The only time I think about relatability, and it's only because Kevin says it to me, is he says I shouldn't go to theme parks so much because it's not relatable.
That's not
but-
ever what I said.
But well, you
That is not what I
implied,
said.
But I
I
live
didn't
near a
imply
lot of
it.
good
He
theme
said it like
parks,
in a
and I
meaner
have
way,
season
though.
passes, and so I go. And I think if everyone lived
Like,
an
that's
hour
awesome.
away from great theme parks, they'd probably go often if they loved them too. And so that's the only thing I think sometimes is unrelatable because not everyone has access.
I don't
to
think it's
the
that you
big
go.
Orlando
It's
parks.
it's that you go so much that people might be like, dude, I don't know if I'd want to go that much.
No, it's sick. Tina thinks I'm a sicko. For that. Like, why do
Okay,
you wanna
so if
go this
Tina
often?
thinks it,
yeah,
then-
yeah, no, she does not understand.
But
the-
that doesn't mean they wouldn't like you. They just,
Yeah.
they just think you're
they don't
weird.
relate to that, like wanting to go that often. I
Some
get
of
that,
them
I get
do.
that. Yeah, I think
Right?
some people. I mean, for me,
I like
it's
theme
like
parks.
I'm gonna bring Carrie a bunch when he gets here. He'll get sick
Dude,
of
I'm
it.
excited.
Yeah,
But I'm like, I like hanging out with Dave because there's always something to do. Like I'm not a planner, but
Yeah.
I like to go do. I was telling Charlie this week, and I'm like, I'm not a planner, but I like to go do stuff. So if
Yeah.
I'm around people who like to do stuff, I have a good time. But like if it was up to me, I'm just gonna play with my cards probably.
I'm probably gonna go see a movie tomorrow. By the way, okay, so there's a lot of negativity about Beetlejuice. I thought it was great.
I
I've
thought
been
it was
seeing a lot of negative
so.
reviews. I
It was
really
like
loved it.
above average. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty
Yeah,
good.
but I'm hearing it's like the worst movie ever, and it doesn't
No.
respect the beginning.
Did they have any popcorn buckets or
anything?
anything that were selling? Did you get
The
anything like that?
theater I go
I did
to
get some.
does not
I
have
did.
any popcorn buckets.
But it was not the good one. There's the sandworm. What is it, like the worm one?
Yeah,
That's the
Sandworm.
one that was at
Sandworm.
Regal. That was the
Mhm.
one that was like going for 60, 70, 80 bucks. I got
Can you
the
put your you know what in it?
any good popcorn bucket you could. Yes. That's just like that's the trend. I didn't make
Yeah.
the trend up. That's just what the
Hey,
demand is.
I just came across two things I wanted to say, but the first one was since you guys ripped on ABC Matt. First of all, congrats.
Why do
for
you
1,000
preface?
subs.
Would you just say it?
Just say
Congrats.
Yeah, weird. Can I call you?
Because he bought
Call
something
me.
from me. I assume is like a thank you because I've
So
shouted
can I
him
call
out. He's
you?
a nice guy, and he put a comment on the purchase. So I read it on my Flipper channel. I'm like, dude, you really want me to read this? Dave and Carrie are going to hear it. He's like, they won't hear it,
Yeah,
but you're
I
going to
did
hear
not
it now since you
we
were
would
mean
not
to
have
him.
heard it if you had just.
Yeah,
done it on the
you could
Flipper
just keep
channel.
it to yourself.
All right, well,
Keep
I'll
it to yourself and your
myself.
20,000 viewers. I don't care.
All right, I'll keep it to myself.
Listen, ABC Matt, he actually did fix
I
his
kind of want to
question.
hear it now.
Oh, I don't. I was good.
Oh, I want to hear
I'll
it.
tell you
I wanna
later,
hear it.
Carrie.
Okay.
Well, you can
Okay.
watch my Flipper video.
Aw.
No, you know what, Kev?
Thursday.
Do
That
it-
sounds like
do it for the
homework.
viewers. Do it for the viewers.
Do it for
They
the
wanna hear
viewers.
it.
Don't
I'm
give
the
me
voice of
viewers.
the
You wanna
viewers
hear it
here.
too, Dave. He says, thank you for supporting me. This is on a purchase of Skybox EXL. Thank you for supporting me. Trash to Cash is nothing without you. Dave and Carrie underestimate the value you bring to the podcast. And also, how do you stay relative to your podcast members.
Like
What was that? My earphone was that.
if the Tomato Man was in your seat next week, I think 3 people would notice.
Tomato Man, he made a comment too. He made. I don't know what it was.
He finally listened to an episode.
Yeah.
What's he been up to?
He's been busy trying to pay. He made a post on Instagram talking about, hey, our views have been down a little bit, so we reevaluated. He's got a guy paying.
Did
a guy
he do a
to do
GoFundMe or something?
No, he's got a guy. He's paying a guy to help with thumbnails, and he's working on titles. He says 80% of your views come from your thumbnail and title. Check it out, and he's getting good views.
Pretty true.
No,
honestly.
listen, Josh. The key is to have a separate channel for Flipper and separate for Picker. That's the key to success.
He doesn't do Flipper content.
All his content's Flipper content.
It's Picker content.
I would just say, like, my advice to Josh. My advice to Josh is stop trying to be slightly older Mr. Beast and just do your own thing.
No, the advice to Josh is to get Haley on every video. Everybody loves Haley. That's the advice.
My advice,
to
Josh, is just quit. Just
give up, dude. You can do insurance again.
I hear the insurance companies are hiring.
Professional golfer. That's what I hear. He's going to be on the
senior
tour.
You can do it. You can
years.
do whatever you want to do, Josh. I believe in you.
Do you guys?
One day you'll get there, Josh.
One day back a long time ago, we created a pathetic sale of the week segment.
Yes, I remember when we birthed that.
We came up with that idea.
The Carrie C-section did actually.
I did. Myself. I didn't even do euthanasia. I just straight up did
euthanasia. Thing, that's not what we're talking about.
What the crap? I could give you a history lesson, but I won't.
A hysterectomy? He might need one after that.
Dude, I took all the cards down, so it's going to be like actual stuff now. So
Kevin's got one. Kevin got one.
Well, Kevin, of course.
$8.95 plus shipping for a Ace novelty Ranger Bear. There you go. And a Carhartt. This one was close. $8.96 for a Carhartt 2T toddler sweatshirt plus shipping.
Oh, that sounds cute though.
I
bet you fit into it well.
Yeah.
I do have a bolo. You can't say onesie on eBay though. They will immediately dismember.
All right, Carrie, what's your sale?
I sold a vintage Starcom Starbase Station Missile playset accessory from the old Starcom game, just like the little missile for $750 plus. You could tell Don shipped this. No, it actually is a good sale. But listen,
wait a minute. I gotta
you know how big this is,
It weighs
right?
1 ounce, and you can put it in a poly bag.
It's what we call Dave size. It's this big, okay? It's $750, and guess how much?
I wish.
I was wondering if you were going to play on that. But Don charged on this $6 shipping. Way to go, Don!
$6.
I love it. So that is why Don is the GOAT.
It was like this thing then.
$6.
It was like this size,
it was like that big. She charged $6 shipping.
That's not. So basically, she doesn't have any item less than $6 shipping.
Guess not.
All of them.
Carrie or Kevin, my pathetic sale. It's not actually my most pathetic sale, but I'm going to call it my most pathetic sale. Was a salad shooter, Presto salad shooter for $19.
Which, they're not great. The super shooters used to be. I used to pass up on salad shooters and buy the super shooters all the time.
They're not that good anymore either.
And then there was a time where the super shooters just started to sink, and salad shooters went to get up, and now it's like this. The super shooters are like, although November, December, they start to sell. October, they start to sell. They're decent.
We're talking about neither one salad shooters versus super shooters?
Yeah.
Salad
the cookie shooters versus
this has become the lamest podcast in the history.
This is the hot market trend people are wanting to hear about.
That's right. Here, I have a bolo for you. So
salad shooters. I believe anything's a salad shooter if you believe in it. Anything can shoot salad.
I owe my dad for this one. So we're in a estate sale, and I'm just like, it's just massive. And we're going around all over. I'm like, hey, Pop, go check this room out over here. Hey, no yawning. The people want all three of us engaged.
Engagement.
Gotta be more relative.
You gotta do some hoo-hoo hee-haw.
Anyway, my dad was in another room. He's like, hey, there's not much in here, but there's these really nice looking Christmas ornaments. I'm like, all right, I'll go look. And I go over there, and I found these ornaments. They're $5 a piece. I'm like, I don't want to pay $5. Listen, this is a bolo. Pay attention. Okay, Wallace.
Get to the point then.
Wallace.
Say it. Say the bolo.
Long time
Just
ago,
say it. First thing you say.
There's no sense in talking if nobody's listening. So I got to make sure you listen. Okay. So silver-plated Wallace Christmas ornament. One ornament, $84.95.
Okay, end it there. Good. On to the next one.
But you're not going to remember unless I say Wallace
Wallace and Gromit.
I'm going to quiz you at the end of the show.
All right, I looked it up.
Was it again?
I looked it up. I'm going to find your sold comp here. Did you sell it already?
Yeah.
Did you buy something?
Bobinator? Is your name Bobinator on YouTube?
No.
Is your name Buckeyes and Beans?
2017 Wallace silver-plated, one word, ornament.
I like Clutterman. That's a cool name, Clutterman. That's kind of
that's an underrated. Boy, we should look
good.
at like names. Some of the names.
Are you meat and potatoes, Chris?
Chris. Okay, here I figured it out. I found it. Oh wait, crap.
I think so.
Canada. Oh, Canada. What is the deal with Canada? Can we get into
What's
that
the deal?
for a minute? Yeah. What
do you mean? What's the deal?
Are you Milo and Otis?
Milo and Otis.
They're both dead.
The deal with
bothers
Canada?
me. Sometimes that bothers me. They're both
my
gone.
gosh! And there's like 6 Benjis
40
that are
years
dead.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, all the dogs that died. Oh,
They all
And
go
I
to
had
heaven.
some decent sales this week.
okay. I'm gonna present.
Oh, look
I
at you.
undersold something. I sold
did you
something from
undersell?
Dawn last year. Not this the last
wow.
time you went against cross country. One of those things she left. I sold one. A teapot, a cat teapot.
See, what did we tell you when we left that with you? We guaranteed it would sell within 15 months.
Oh, Inception.
Whoa!
Something like that.
Inception. Sorry. Here we go. There, Kevin's ornament. Wait. There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Wallace, whatever. Why is it doing
So
that?
quickly too. $5. Not bad. I'm like, I'm
Very
not paying
exciting.
$5 for this. I'm like, yeah, I'm paying $5
We
for
get
this.
it, dude. It's.
There was like 5 or 6 of them I paid $5 for. I'm like, dang. Never sold it before.
You're
Ornaments
really
are
good
tough to me.
Beetlejuice.
No!
Gotcha. Dude, can I tell you, like, she's kind of a jerk, by the way. Oh, wait, no, that's a spoiler. We won't talk about it. I got things
Yeah,
to
I haven't
say,
seen
though.
it yet.
Yeah,
I told my kids I wasn't going to watch it till we watch the old one because I can't remember the old one.
CJ Benz Fines, I believe he's the founder and creator of One Pocket Change podcast. Yes? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Yeah. He messaged over on the Patreon. Great group, guys. You should join it. We're going to talk
Yeah,
about the
Patreon.
wealthy as a Kevin tier members in a moment. But he said, so I'm officially unemployed as of today. My plan is to list. What other advice can you give me about selling full-time while I look for a new position?
So he's looking for a new position. So it's not that he's
not on
trying
purpose,
to
it sounds
make
like.
this his
Yeah.
position. Okay.
I mean, I think for me, the big thing was the whole, like, draft bank, which I learned from Tekken, the only actual professional who's ever been on the show.
He asked me to
is
be on his
create a
podcast today.
Oh, my
which,
gosh.
Like, to be professional.
Did you say
I'm
yes?
hurt. I am
Did
hurt.
you say yes? He wants to talk about your card,
I said
bet.
yes. Probably wants to talk
Yeah.
about my car.
Well, anyways, so,
That's good.
yeah, I wonder if he noticed how sick I was
Kevin's
when I
upset.
met him at the
Yeah,
flea
it's a good
market.
play. I think he made the right decision.
But yeah, so I think that the draft bank and like auto posting a certain amount a day really helps with reliable income. So it's not like all over the place if you're trying to get your bills paid and stuff. So I think that's important.
I just to say, I mean, yeah, obviously it's just cliched stuff, but man, make sure you carve out time to make sure you're looking for that new position.
Well, and Tina's learning.
That's
You know,
the goal.
she's doing her little large.
Yeah,
like,
and
first
you're
getting large at this
shamelessly
point.
shilling for her, which I'm proud of. That's very good.
Yeah, well, anyway, so she's got her makeup store, which is getting large at this point. She has a decent. At first, it was like a little store, but now it's becoming a bigger store, and she's learning the hard lesson that every new reseller learns: like, just because you buy a lot doesn't mean it's going to sell right away. So now she's
She
got a
didn't
lot
know
of.
that.
She never follows me or does
Okay.
reselling, so yeah, it's kind of new to her. And I explained it to her, but you know, there's this issue of like you spend all your money on inventory and don't save enough for your bills and stuff. That didn't happen with her because it's, you know, separate, but that could happen, CJ. You got to make sure that you set aside some money for sourcing and then grow that money and, you know, make sure you're paying your bills and stuff. So
this
just be
reminds
careful.
me, this talk reminds me, there was somebody who sent me a message that said that other podcasts are doing more serious topics and we need to do better at this. And
Yeah,
so,
Q4 is
Yeah,
coming.
Q4, guys.
so
Get
he
your
said,
I told, by the way, on the reseller locker room, this is
tape
important.
on Amazon, it's
Reseller
great.
locker room, they taught us everything we need to know about Q4.
That's
First
true.
off, you need to have boxes and you got to list stuff. That's all you really need to know. That is true. But I want to let everybody know that they got the box thing for this quarter from
they
me.
stole it from Carrie.
Exactly, because in
That's
2021, me and Dave, before you were even on, I
Yes.
told people to get boxes then
Yep.
for 2024.
For 2024. That's
And
true,
if you
actually.
did it, yeah, it is true. So
Stop
you're
stealing
prepared.
this stuff over here, you guys. This is, I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're stealing our segments. Okay, so I will just say, yeah, get your tape. Herka on Amazon. Use
No!
Kevin's affiliate link
List
to get over there.
No.
Wait, did you
Did I
say
say
Supply
Supply
Hut?
Hut?
You said Supply Hut?
SupplyHut.com.
Wow, do not use Supply Hut. Oh my
It's
gosh,
reaction.
Kevin. Wow.
My go-to tape. And by the way,
If you
Dave,
want less good tape, get my
no,
go-to
that's
tape.
bull. Listen, I use it every day. I love it. It's the
I
best
don't.
tape
I
I've
hate
ever
it.
used. Now
I make my own tape. I whittle it.
Code
Carrie
Colin,
whittles
5% off.
Carrie buys the
3-inch
Scotch
tape.
from Walmart for $14 a roll.
Oh
I
gosh.
do. I do. Look,
Listen, I like the
look.
Herka
As
on
long as my
Amazon.
boxes stay stuck until the moment it gets there, because once they plop it down, I want it
It
to
just
all
falls
be
apart.
removed. Just falls apart. But in
All right. Well,
perfect
seriously
condition.
though. Okay, yeah, you got to order your boxes. Get your boxes.
Yes, that's
Obviously,
what
you
we've
got to
been
get
saying.
your bubble wrap, American Bubble Boy. You got to get your tape. My go-to tape. But what
No.
do you have any other advice besides list stuff?
Wait, I thought
For
we
if
were
you're
Q4.
full time,
Q4.
I haven't even
Oh,
given advice.
yeah.
Am I allowed to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah, go, Carrie, go.
Let's see if we can come up with something better than that. I don't know.
Here's the thing, and Dave, and I even said this. I think I might have talked to you about this, Dave. You gotta make sure you're. This is gonna sound terrible for me, but you gotta have some sort of schedule where you're actually doing your work. Yeah, because a lot of times when you're full time, you get more time and you have time with your family. You end up going to theme parks all the time randomly. Like you
'Cause
have
the
to
holiday.
like for your own sake, you have to have one thing I miss the most and I hate the most is structure. But like having some sort of structure, like whatever time of day, it can be whenever you're gonna list this time of day, you're gonna ship this kind of day.
I thought this was
time
a
of day,
bit.
it
You're
helps
being
a lot.
serious this whole
I am
time.
being serious.
Yeah,
That wasn't a bit,
okay.
man. I'm
Yeah,
a pretty dang good reseller if I try. But I don't.
As long as Dawn works hard, you do.
Dawn does
great.
it. We're gonna be
She's
good.
good. We should have Dawn on here. Q4.
Look, I just made $33,000, so
That's
I'm
true.
good for I
we
could coast
bow.
for I could coast. I've known people who've gotten in car wrecks and got a settlement. I think I'm good for 7 to 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just eat bean
7 to
burritos.
8,
I don't know how
That's
money
good.
works.
I don't know. There's really no. I mean, you got to have structure all the time. I can't think of any special advice other than maybe, hey, pull out those dang things that are going to sell. I'll tell you what. Here's some
Pull
advice.
out the dang thing. What?
Well, like,
It's gonna
don't
sell?
leave Christmas stuff in the bottom of your death pile, for goodness sake. People are buying Christmas now. They're starting now. So, or maybe before. So get that Halloween stuff. I mean, Halloween's already right here, but
Yeah, if you're not
I would-
thinking about July 4th ornaments right now for 2028,
I
Because
tell you
it's too
what,
late
one
for next
thing.
year.
I'm selling a lot of blow molds right now. I know that.
Really?
They're flying off my shelves.
Really?
Mhm.
I would say
getting
don't
ready.
miss the opportunity
that's
to sell
dangerous. You should
last year's stuff that didn't sell. Don't neglect that. Do some delisting and relisting stuff, especially
think-
that's really
Does
relevant.
does that help
Yeah.
fight against Krylov?
Do you think end listing and
Yeah.
sell similar really makes a difference?
Yes.
This
Dude,
is-
I just started
This
doing
is something
it.
else the locker room talked about, and I was
Yes.
sitting there kind of agreeing with Shane, who had done testing and said it made no difference.
No,
and then
realistic.
Chris was saying it did make a difference.
All right. I think that you can qualify it. If you just delist and relist and don't make any changes, then why is it going to sell? Right?
Mhm.
I think you're much better off delisting, selling
Change the
similar,
price.
delisting, selling similar, maybe cropping the photo down, maybe moving a different picture, not taking new pictures, maybe moving a new picture into it, changing the title or changing the order of the title and reducing the price.
I do all my
looking up
photos
comps,
right
it
here.
will make
I
a difference.
Hold the item, so
Yeah.
sometimes
For
I'll
me,
crop it in tighter.
I find the
So-
strategy is to delist the item, make a cottage cheese video, relist the item, and I generate more money. I don't know. It's weird. It's just maybe a strategy you should try.
Seriously.
Yeah, it works, but it doesn't work as well if you're not actually adjusting to the current market price. That's the reason most items don't sell.
Yeah,
is because they're above
you
the
get
market price.
underpriced. So I was looking into this thing called the Pomodoro technique. Have you heard of this?
It's like a
It's
like
Pomodoro?
a hairstyle. It's
Like
a
how you
hairstyle,
wear
or
the
it's
hat?
no, or
it's to
or is
help
it like
you,
pasta?
It supposedly helps you stay productive and like at the top of your game while you're being productive.
Drugs.
Where no, it's no
It's
drugs.
Adderall.
It's like an intermittent working thing where you work for 25 minutes like hyper focus, and then you take
I
a
have
5-minute
heard of that,
break.
yes.
25 minutes, 5-minute breaks. You
Can we
it
do that
4
during the
times.
podcast?
Like you do
can we
4
take
times,
a break?
4 cycles, and then you take a 30-minute break, and then you go back to the.
Dude,
4
if we
cycles
actually
again.
did that for the podcast, it'd be a pain. But if you came back,
It
and,
would be
like,
better.
had-
Yeah,
it
it
would
would
actually
literally
be
be
better.
I'm
I'm
not
not saying
doing
we
it.
should.
Yeah,
I didn't say we should do the Pompadour effect or whatever, but I'm saying it would probably make it better.
I was looking into it. I've actually been fairly productive lately, but it just seemed interesting to me because I do think that you get into this like this area where you're kind of continuing to work, but you probably should take a break, or at least I do. I know that's definitely like an ADHD thing where I'm just like working through the, yeah, I should have peed an hour ago. I should have had something to drink. I probably should have eaten lunch. Like, you know, you
I
don't
should have
take breaks
peed an
enough.
hour ago.
Yeah, yeah.
You just don't pee?
Yeah, no, I just hold it. I punish myself because I don't feel like I've gotten enough done.
Here's what you do. You do 5 minutes of work, then you sit and you just look at TikTok and maybe play a little Crossfire by yourself, which is sad because you should have somebody to play Crossfire with.
Like
there's something to that,
break,
except for Dave, you take a 5-minute break. I could see that 5-minute break turn into...
I know.
I'm not coming
ends
back.
Up doing something else, like a video or something.
I'm just going to take my 5-minute break. All of a sudden, I'm on the Hulk coaster at Universal.
Yeah,
what happened?
It's like literally just remembered that you were taking a... You get transported somewhere else.
Why am I on the Mummy again?
Is that your attraction to the theme parks, Dave? The rides?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a constant craving for dopamine if you have ADHD, and the dopamine of the crowd and the hustle and the bustle. I love
really like the personally for me, like I love like the energy. Like everybody there is like excited to be there.
To me,
and there's just like something in the air.
Like I love theme parks, but I wouldn't mind going to a theme park and just being there and not even riding something.
I don't care about riding either. I will go on rides though.
I'll do that and I'll just go and eat. I've literally like made a habit of it the last couple of weeks to just go down there and get a meal. And
you'll drive an hour. It's an hour and a half, right?
Yes.
You'll drive an hour and a half for a meal 15. In a theme park?
Well, if I can make a video and that I think will do well eventually, like maybe be evergreen content, sure, why not?
Okay.
You know,
and there's one of the best Burger Kings in the world in the middle of the Magic Kingdom.
Do you know what Ascension is? You ever heard of Ascension?
When you ascend up into the heavens?
No, it's like this is a board game I bought. I had no idea what it was. Skulls and Sails, and I bought it and sold for $60. I got no idea. I thought maybe you guys would.
Make stupid board games like that, Carrie. Once you move here, like Scoliosis and Jungle Rock.
Scoliosis and the Boys.
Like, just like weird games about health conditions.
All I know is we could sell it for a lot of money if we just put by and then our names. We got to come up with a name.
By Carrie and Dave.
By Carrie and Dave, yeah.
Dave.
But like, we don't give enough information that they find out who we are, and because we're not going to understand any of the stuff we're playing or doing.
Let's thank our wealthy as a Kevin members over on the Patreon, guys. You can become a member of the Patreon if you want to have a better life. Literally guaranteed by Carrie.
Everything will change. Everything will change. The money will leave your account. You will never see it again.
They call it just the trash to cash effect. And it's just what happens if you... Gem Flippers has already noticed it. He's up to $33 a month, and he could donate more. Like, we're appreciative,
we would accept it. Kevin has said that we are open for more donations. He said that.
Listen, I'm thinking we need to add a tier that's like, shout out on Cooking Daddy channel, $100.
Yeah, you should do a shout out Cooking Daddy. Like, make it a lot.
People on the Cooking channel be like, "What the crap is this?"
Man, this
it would be funny.
I'm gonna strain it, but I just want to shout out Gem Flipper.
No, it shouldn't be a shout out, dude. I will do this on my card channel. I will just say your name in a video without context.
No context.
Randomly. I'll mix it up. I'll be going through cards. This will be funny. I'll be like, oh, look, there's a Dave Justice.
Buffing the stuff card.
Buffing the stuff, and I'll never explain it.
I love that. That's funny.
I would do that. Chips,
like,
buffing the
look,
stuff.
I gotta mention Logan Murky. I like
Logan Murky. Rest in peace.
Perfect.
Craig McLaughlin, Biggs Collectibles, Alexandria Pickers, Jake
I love all
Ryder,
those people so
CJ
much.
Benz Finds, The Flipper Skipper, Lady Arbitrage, No Nose Pickers, Brian Samport Beal, Harry Tornado, Superhero Headquarters, Mike Camporelli, Vintage Sports Flips, PaulsMerch.com, Ray's Hack Resale, and Logan Murky. Wait, I thought that what's his name upgraded his I thought Dave's Harry Butt or whatever upgraded, but maybe he changed his name back. That's too bad.
Biggs, right?
Yeah, someone that actually
SGC was on here commenting too. Yeah, he was on Dibdit today selling comics.
Yeah. Listen, I
got to give Dave some props. Dave tried to keep the train from getting derailed today, and he sold for 2 hours.
I did because someone just randomly didn't show up at 3.
No, they did. Dude, you even read the comment. They said, I have to back my show up. I'm not ready. And you read the comment.
Back it up to them. They never went live.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
I had scheduled mine at 2. And then I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did the 3 o'clock person go? They had just backed out randomly. And so I said, okay, I'll do mine at 3. And then I do it at 3, and 4 o'clock comes around, and the 4 o'clock was gone. And I'm like, I guess
That
I'll do
was
it at
the
4.
person I think that moved it back. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what CJ Benz, there was a suggestion from New Jersey Picker. Someone responded to him. So we didn't even need to answer CJ Benz because New Jersey Picker already responded and said, don't list everything on the same day, or rather don't have the listings go live on the same day, schedule them in advance. This way you have constant stream. Okay, so that's already what we talked about. Cricker Stuff said, garage sales are slowing down, and I'm having trouble getting items to list during the winter. Do you know of any place that I could source large reseller lots at a fair price? You planter.
I did not put that, I swear to you. Let me tell you.
Dibdit.com.
Dibdit.com. I've been posting my lots there, and I'm giving you great deals.
But beyond Commons and
that's
Dibdit,
on Shop Commons is half the price on Dibdit.
Check out local.
Seriously,
me and Don for years went to local auction houses. I don't know if they have as many like in-person ones as they used to, but I know most cities or most decent-sized cities will have a online local auction where you can go bid online but pick it up in person. I would look into that. We used to I loved that. That was my jam.
I know Rod gets a ton there.
This is a minor suggestion, but
and Cat gets all her stuff
make relationships with people I mean, I know it's knocking on doors and stuff, but local businesses and stuff. Like I've done the lost and found at golf courses in the wintertime. That's one I do every year. There's different ways to do stuff.
I was thinking about this, Terry. I was at the an estate sale in town.
Death
and there was a sign right when you walked in. We're looking for people who want to buy out these sales at the end. Literally, like when I walked into an estate sale in my town, they said for pennies on the dollar, give us your number. We're looking for people to buy it out. I was like, nah. But Carrie might want to do that.
Well, what you should have done, Dave, is said, I'll be interested if you pay me to take it away for free. Because if they don't get the offer for pennies on the dollar, they'll take the person they'll take it for free. They'll take that person. I'm telling you, because they don't want to do the work.
We got a hypothetical from the Quirky Picker Chad. A hypothetical says, you are Tom Hanks in Castaway. Well, you're like Tom Hanks in Castaway. You're stranded on a deserted island for 4 years. Do you think you can survive the entire 4 years, and what do you do with your time? Now, before we answer, some people piped up for us. Piped up. That works. New Jersey Picker said, Kevin would last a lifetime. Carrie would last 2 months and then die of dysentery, and Dave would last 3 hours before running after a butterfly and falling off a cliff. Death Pile Picker said, if they all died, then they all technically lasted a lifetime. Ooh, that's true. Yeah,
that's a good point. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a trick. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well, the actual question is, could you survive for 4 years? I don't know. It seems like a lot of work.
4 years?
I just wouldn't want to.
Man, deserted island, man. Depending on
I would be so
available.
dead so fast. Mm-hmm. I would be like, first night, I'm like, are we going to eat Kevin or what?
Carrie would give himself an anxiety attack and heart attack within 6 hours.
I know, yeah. Oh, dude, could you imagine the anxiety attack you'd have if you were on an abandoned... Yeah. I would be like, I don't want to get a disease.
Freaking talking volleyballs are there, like just attacking you, Mr. Wilson?
You would get a fish and wonder if if I ate this fish, it's not fully, is it going to kill me? And then you would die of starvation.
Exactly.
I would trousers. What, you want to say something about the topic?
No, I want to hear what Dodgy Trousers. One of the best names in the business, by the way, Dodgy Trousers.
All my trousers end up dodgy after.
Brian's, here we go. Brian's Anderson 827 says it's honestly worth the $5 a month to see Kevin get frustrated each and every week.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm not frustrated.
Why does that
I'm
cost
in a good
$5
mood
a
today.
month? Why is that cost
you can
$5?
get that for free,
membership?
but please continue to pay the $5 if you're confused.
That's free,
a good point.
That's just right here.
I
mean, maybe he means that he enjoys us making fun of you. It could be that, because we do make fun of you pretty much. Now that we know you don't listen, we really go hard.
Hey, somebody said.
Maybe we should say we'll stop doing it if people stop paying.
Kevin, you know what's funny is you love hearing about yourself. It's kind of an amazing showing of self-restraint that you're not listening to these shows with the amount we talk about you.
Yeah. And
it's time management. Yeah. Carrie told me I needed to be disciplined for Q4.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Q4.
I will listen to them. My wife wants to listen.
I don't want you to anymore. After
I actually have a quick question. What is Q4?
Okay, so it's quarter 4. That is where you take 4 quarters and you insert them into your keister. Don't do this.
What if you're already keystering something?
Well, how big is the thing you're keystering?
Big enough.
Big enough for what?
to be keistered.
All things are big enough to be keistered.
Oh, really?
But how many are too big to be keistered?
I was trying to do like trying to be deep with this.
If you could snap your fingers and have an unlimited supply of any used product, allowing you to niche down to one category, what category would you choose to sell for the rest of your life?
All right, I didn't hear the first part of it, but yeah.
If you could
Say it
snap your
again.
fingers and have an unlimited
Okay.
supply of any used product, allowing you to
That's
niche down to
easy
one
for
category,
Carrie.
what category would you choose to sell for the rest of your life? Carrie's
Marbles.
going to say cards.
Marbles. No marbles. Quit assuming, because you know what happens when you assume.
Category.
You make an assume out of me and you.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
So you, assuming you could make enough money doing it, you just pick what you like the most. I mean,
Well, I've been having a crisis of conscience on this whole reselling, like what I like selling thing. And that's what I've been struggling with at the flea market.
I kind of noticed that a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't
without
really
thinking
want.
about it, but yeah.
I don't really want to buy action figures. I don't want to buy toys. I don't want
that's
to buy
what you
plush.
used to want to do.
That's what I'm saying. It's what I used to want to sell, but now I've been like wanting to find more MCM stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Follow
I'll
that,
become
dude.
an
I think
MCM daddy.
that's what happens though, because like
Yeah.
you'll go down different like rabbit holes that you're interested in, but you'll never forget like what toys
Yeah.
are valuable. So you'll still find those. You just basically expand what you're able.
Well,
to
if I can
find.
have a big category, like if you said 80s, I'd be like, yeah, I'm all in for 80s because that could be anything: hats, t-shirts, clothing, toys, posters, music. I would say 80s if you let me have that big of a niche.
Let's go. No, let's go. I agree with you. That's exactly what you would do. But if you had to be very specific, I'm curious. Like one particular, and not like super duper specific, but one category. Like let's say 80s
I'd hate it.
posters. I know
I'd
you
hate
hate it,
it.
but like, yeah, then maybe that's it. Maybe that wouldn't be a fair question because you couldn't do it.
Mm.
But like, I could see you doing like wrestling action figures. Like for example,
Yeah.
I could see you doing.
I'd get bored though, even with that, and I love them. Wrestling,
I'm looking
yeah,
around trying to decide.
because I don't like the new stuff.
One thing I like about cards is people think it's really niche, and it is, but it's
Paperweights.
very expansive.
I'd be a
How about-
paperweight expert.
Plastic Christmas Santas.
Oh gosh, hey,
That's a good
But they
one.
got all
There's
those
an Instagram
Santas.
page
I've been
they
selling a
sell
lot of
on,
those,
but
like the
vintage
Santa,
Christmas.
But like that's like
the
something that
Santa
gets
with
you
sunburn
like,
and his belly
Yeah,
hanging
yeah,
out, and he's
like
like,
you
trying to
see
sell
that and you
sunburn.
get that joy in your heart.
They bring
like,
me joy.
It's
They
got
bring me
rosy
joy.
cheeks.
I love
It's a good
Christmas. They
mug.
bring me joy, and they
Christmas.
don't break. They're really easy to list and to ship, and $20 all day.
You should change your name to
Why not?
North.
That'd
North,
be kind of fun.
North
You said
Pole
super
Picker.
specific. Also, like Kevin said, like the little Fenton animals that
Mm-hmm.
are really easy to picture, easy to comp, easy to
Paperweights.
list. Yeah,
Saw
paperweight
one
stuff.
today.
That stuff is nice. Like no.
See,
vases
I'll
or
go
anything.
even more specific. I would do late '90s,
Saw a
early
swung vase.
2000s basketball cards. I would be very
Ooh.
specific.
Wow.
That'd be my favorite. I'd love to get like all the stuff from when I was 12 to 20.
Golf
like all the
clubs.
players
I
I
could do
like.
golf clubs. That's pretty easy. And if you only had golf clubs, think how many you could store in your garage.
I know, and
Uncle
they're
Steve
super,
Figure.
You
super
could store
keisterable.
thousands in here. I went to a guy's yard
40
sale
grand,
last
90K
week
total.
with Mike or 2 weeks ago, and he had. Oh, I might have already said this, but he had 77 Scotty Camerons.
Oh,
He was like a whatnotter though. He knew Uncle Steve.
mhm.
When we mentioned Uncle Steve, he's like, "Oh, I know Uncle Steve." So he was like, he was in the
Mhm.
biz, as they say.
Biz.
We weren't getting any deals. Is a more
Hey,
story.
speaking of loving to talk about yourself and all that, we get a message from Dave this week. Oh, I was recognized at the theme park.
At Universal Studios, I was excited about that. Universal Studios, random lady shouts out, "Oh my gosh, I watch your keto cooking channel," and then just walks by. I'm like,
Cottage
Whoa.
cheese forever.
that was
Yeah,
kind
I
of
love
cool.
it. Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
The first time I ever got recognized, I was working the door. I've said this story before. I was working the door at Sam's Club, and the person walked by and said, "I watch your TikToks," and just kept walking. I'm like, that dude's cool. Because he didn't care. He didn't want to talk to me. He wasn't interested, but he just wanted me to know.
He wanted you to see your reaction to see if it was really you.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, look, I've made it. I am at the door at Sam's Club working.
Craig McLaughlin said, "This question is mainly for Dave, but since you do mention it occasionally, you go hard at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. What are some of the horror movie hidden gems you watch?" Oh, I don't know.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Oh, there you go. I mean, listen,
It's a great bolo VHS. Big bucks.
I don't really have. I missed a lot of horror, and I haven't caught up on it because I wasn't 17 when a lot of this stuff was out, and I didn't go back to watch them all. Like I haven't seen all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I haven't seen them.
I taught a
haven't.
girl whose mom
Yeah.
was in which one? Okay, well, no, you don't care. But
I
There you
mean,
go.
the one I watch every year is Trick or Treat. Every Halloween I watch it just because it's such like a quintessential Halloween movie, and it's from 2007. I don't know if
I've
you
never
guys
seen
watched
any
that. It's
Halloween
pretty good
movie.
though. Really?
Never.
Hmm.
I'm not a big horror guy. I just, no
Yeah.
thanks.
What some of the questions though? Kathy Fernway Flipper said, "If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?" He said, well, we're at ideas here. We're at ideas on the Trash to Cash podcast. I would be the one that smells like chlorine. Is that a dogwood? I don't know. They're in a lot.
I would be
willow tree.
Yeah,
I would be a redwood. I was when I was in a band. I had a band in high school. I wrote a song. I wrote a song about redwood trees.
Are those the big tall ones in California?
Wrote a song about it.
I did a song. Yeah. You must make it through to remind.
I would be a birch.
I'm not
tree.
a joke. I really did that.
I believe that's why I'm laughing.
It was very dumb, but also pretty catchy.
Oh, by the way, you remember all that New Jersey Picker making fun of ABC Matt stuff? He had a second question. New Jersey Picker did. He said, "Second question: why is ABC Matt so needy?" He's really going hard on ABC Matt. Last question: plug the Facebook group. We're close to 50,000 members. Also,
New Jersey Picker.
Say, listen, New Jersey Picker, if you can figure out a way to make that thing generate revenue, we are willing to give you 1/4 of that.
Hey,
revenue.
you guys have access to it. You can post. Hey, here's an idea.
Can we sell?
We have split the revenue.
We have
sell ad space, New Jersey Picker,
like on the top. On the top.
Listen, you guys, I'm already making sure he gets a little something over there, and you don't even know what's happening.
No, you told us. I'm saying
my reseller
take some initiative.
Sell
some ad space, and you can get some of the monies.
Yeah.
Heck, you know what? We'll give you 50%. And we'll split the other 50. Kevin,
no. We'll give you 75%.
No, wait, whoa.
95%.
Kevin's head explodes. No.
You can have it all.
Hey, post a link when you have your Dibbed It live show, Carrie. Post a link. Carrie's moving to Florida. In this 50,000 group, you probably get some people over there.
Yes.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yes.
I'm not a Facebooker, man. I haven't been on Facebook for like 10 years.
Oh, it takes 5 minutes. They'll be like, "Oh, I hate people. I thought people couldn't post in this group like that."
Okay, so I have to laugh at this death pile thing. So if you listen to the secret episode, you'll hear me talk about how sick I got and how I suspect sun poisoning or heat exhaustion or something like that. I will say, and I told Mike the death pile picker this, my dad comes over to my house Friday night and he says, "Hey, I was thinking, and remember that the night before you got sick, I cooked hamburgers for everyone at the campground? Well, one of the hamburgers was from this farm that I got when I was up in New York back in June. And, the rest were from, Publix recently. And that one from the farm smelled a little off. And so I'm not sure. I wonder if you got that one." He's like, "I wonder if you got that one." And maybe you had
what does he have, like a random patty from like
the crazy thing is, like, we had 2 leftover burgers, which means he didn't even need to cook the sus one. He could have just tossed it and we still would have had enough burgers, but he served it. And so Mike said this over on the Patreon: "Would you let family and guests play Russian roulette with hamburger patties you bought months ago?"
The answer for Mike is yes.
Yes, apparently. No, my dad did it, not Mike. My dad did this, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if that's what happened. All I know
Carrie won't be eating with your dad when he goes to Florida.
I think I called the secret episode "Dave Almost Died and Carrie's Rich Now."
That's a great title.
Yeah. That's worth listening to. What we talked about.
It's worth $5.
Fines for all minds. Just curious as to why y'all don't show your Dibbed It sales in your Flipper videos. Wouldn't that help bring more people over? I think they're just as legit.
Who said that?
And other sales. Fines for all minds said that.
Mm.
They also stated they don't watch Kevin's videos, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kevin does talk about them.
Yeah.
I don't talk about them because I don't have them. Because I don't have anything in the market. I don't have anything listed on Dibbed It Marketplace.
And what's the real reason you don't? Because you will sell it somewhere else and forget about it.
I'll forget it, and it doesn't work with Vendu.
So what I do is I post items over there that are specific to Dibbed It. They're perfect for Dibbed It. And I just put them over there and nowhere else. And I put it at a little discount.
100%. That's 100% what I do.
I've sold them all. All the deals of the day I've put over there, every single one of them I've sold.
Shop Commons items, only go there. Dibbed It items, I only put on Dibbed It. Whatnot's only on Whatnot.
Dukes of Hazzard, Dukes of Hazzard 81 Hurdle die cast.
Correct.
Shut up. Yeah. With Boss Hogg's car right there. Both of them for $19.95. I post that for for, I don't know, 25, 26 on eBay, but I put them deal a day on Did get a discount
Kevin,
on
I feel like you've
fees.
been off the map for a week and a half. Where have you been?
Oh, jeez. I
You
was a
haven't been
little
saying
frustrated, with you guys for not,
Okay.
getting
were you like
things
Were
being
you actually
passive
really mad at
aggressive?
us?
No, I just
If it makes you
was.
feel any better, we didn't.
I mean,
notice
I
or
was
care.
mad that night. Yeah.
You were
I knew
actually
you
mad?
were busy. I didn't want to interrupt the swinging down there at the campground, so I
No,
did.
that
I knew
was like
Carrie's
2
been
weeks ago.
traveling.
Well, that was a week ago.
I
guess.
talked to Carrie on Dibdit. We're selling live over there. Dave
We
hasn't
are.
been there until today, and I was like, "Oh, Dave's going live." I didn't even know it, and you didn't even promote it, and I couldn't even help you promote it.
I promoted it on my Instagram,
I didn't see
and
it.
I streamed it for 2 hours on Flipper and Facebook.
No, I know that. I didn't see the Instagram
But
before
it
you
wasn't
didn't tag
good
me.
enough.
I didn't tag anyone. No, I didn't.
Yeah, I would have helped you, but
Actually,
you didn't
I
need
made
it. You had a
fun
good
of you.
audience.
You should go watch that story because I was making fun of you, and it's pretty hilarious. Carrie, did you see that?
But you didn't tag
No.
me. That's why
My
you didn't
story-
tag
Go
me.
check out my story after we're done recording. You'll
I
like
was
it.
driving like half worried that my car was going to break down for like 3.5 hours. But I
But
made
you
it.
were fully worried. Let's be real.
I
half
I
worried.
was fully zen. I was accepting
Carrie's
whatever
half
the universe
worry
was
is
going to
everyone
give me.
else's 2x worry.
That's true though, but I'll take my half worry because that's a lot more.
Are you
comfortable than
worried
full.
now that you're rich about being rich? Like, how am I going to screw this
Yeah,
up?
you seem like you've changed.
Yeah, no, I have. Yeah, I definitely changed. I feel a surge of power. The surge of power you told me about, Kevin. I feel it.
Gosh.
It's finally come.
No, like honestly, I feel like this is. Can I be serious?
Yes.
You're going to be.
Okay, I feel responsibility. Like I feel like this is a real, honestly, like a real cool opportunity to do something right, like really well. And I do a lot. I mean, I tease a lot, but I think I'm doing a lot of things right. But this is cool. This is like more money than I've had at once to do stuff. I really want to just sit it in the bank and not touch it. Is really what
Let
I
it
wanna do.
inflate away.
I
And
don't
let it-
know
let
anything
it-
about inflation.
Carrie,
But,
you need to do your best to let it help you move. if
Well,
that's
no,
what
I'm
you
gonna
want.
use it to move. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like I want to use that money for pertinent stuff only, like moving. If
I thought
we
you were
had
going to
get a-
sell that Spider-Man.
Oh,
He
we
said
are.
he is, yeah.
So Charlie's been talking to me about coming up to get it for weeks, and he's
Oh,
going.
well,
to at some
now
point.
you owe him. So
Yeah.
Here you go, Charlie. Here's Spider-Man.
It's probably what we're gonna do, but you just blew you just lost me $150. But we did screw up. We did screw up your whole buy me a coffee. So I guess that's it.
We did
Yeah,
kill that whole
you
thing.
did kill it.
Buy a
I
piece
am
of
Killed
the
so
proud.
much of my enterprising.
I sold like a golf cart motor on eBay. Actually, it might have been a starter. It was a starter for a golf cart on eBay for like $70. And somehow I grabbed a motor for a tractor and sent that instead. And it's like a $280 motor.
Why do you have several motors?
I buy motors people get them as like replacements and never install them. And so I often at flea markets especially find these brand new and packaged motors and stuff. And they're pretty good. They sell
So,
okay.
tell me this story. I got to hear this. So, you're trying to get it back
Well,
now. You want it
yeah,
back.
I want to get the $250.
The guy's like,
one
oh,
back.
screw this guy. I'm
Well,
going to sell
you know-
this and buy this thing off of him again.
And I have like and tell me in the comments, guys, if you're similar. I have like eBay message anxiety to the point where I just won't look at them. I just won't even look
Not a
at the
good
eBay
idea.
messages. Carrie's nodding, so he might.
No,
he might-
no.
That's
I mean,
a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't answer anybody on eBay. I don't understand why
I didn't even
anybody
look at
answers
them.
anybody on eBay. Why would you
I didn't
answer
look at them.
anybody's questions on eBay ever? I'm being serious. It's one thing to check to see if you have a case or if there needs to be a refund. That's yes. But like if somebody's asking you what's the dimensions on that, it's pretty much should just block that person.
Carrie just responds with a photo of himself.
There's
flicking
nothing
them
good
off.
that comes from any
Dave,
questions.
have you
Nothing.
delisted the $280 motor?
No, I should do that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know how to
before
do
this
that on my
airs,
computer.
because
I don't
somebody
know
will
how to
buy it
do
off
that.
of you just in
They're gonna
spite.
do it before
I'll do
he's
it
good.
right
He
now.
has that
Yeah.
kind of luck.
Well, anyways, I sent the wrong one, and I didn't notice they were complaining until like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Just let
And
it-
then
And there's
they were
no
pretty
negative
passive
feedback yet?
aggressive and angry by week 3.
Passive aggressive.
I think it's a little old guy, and he's like pretty sweet. I think is what I've determined at this point, because
you
he's
pushed
still
him.
not that angry. He like got a little fussy, but not too bad.
It's like, I
finally
really like a
responded.
motor
Yeah, I responded and
What
I
I
said,
paid
okay,
for
how about
my scooter or whatever. And now he
I
just
haven't been able to get out of bed for a week now. No, so I felt guilty, but I messaged him back and I'm like, hey, I'll send you a label. Can you send me that one back? Once you drop it off, I'll send the new one. And he's like, well, then I might not get it. Can you send it with a label? Like put a label in the package of the correct one. And then once I get that label, I'll send back the one he sent me by mistake. So now I'm like, okay, so now I'm risking the $80 motor and the $250 motor. But I ignored him for 3 weeks, so I kind of feel like I've got to do it. So today I went ahead. Now a week went by because I didn't notice his message again. But now a week later, I finally sent out the correct motor with a label in it, and I will report back if I get it in the mail.
Well, you did the right thing, Dave. But
Yeah,
man,
But it
that's
just
a
took
gamble.
me a month to do the right thing. But you know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have done
Right,
it
it's
if I saw that message on day one. I wouldn't have done that. I'd be like, dude, I'm very sorry. Can you send it back? Here's how you do it. I'd given him instructions if he needed it, but
I was wondering if I should
on
offer
day
him a
30,
partial
I
refund
might
or
have done it.
because of how slow.
Hey, Dave,
I've
you know
been.
what you should do?
Yeah.
You should just delist everything and then relist it again.
And reorganize.
I want to see if I could put.
area.
I'm trying to put that earworm in his, like the brain worm in the brain.
I've
so
got
that,
the other worms. They're too distracting.
I just want 3 weeks from now you to be like randomly walking around doing a flipper video, and you're like, you know what? This just came to me. Maybe I should delist everything and relist it again.
I've got Callie doing eBay pictures for me. I've recruited her to take pictures of my unlisted, and she really wanted a job.
Switch games now with it.
She's getting decent at it. Like every now and then I'll look at a picture and be like, oh, I don't know if I can use this, but then I'll use it anyways. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Do you correct her?
I'll show her. I'll be like, hey, this one, it'd be nice if. So she took pictures of some Disney pins, but she took all the pictures like this. So like they're on an angle. Like, it'd be cool if the camera was over it. But then she tried to do them over it, and her shadow covered it, and you couldn't really see him. So I don't know.
Put them flat up against the wall, like
Yeah.
straight up against the wall.
But yeah, anyways,
Hey, I had Reagan make these.